notebook near me.
Yep.
Just in case I want
I also
to
like how
things down. Hey guys, welcome into the Cloud9 broadcast for the Academy League. I'm Mad Magical, joined in by Cage in the Rage. But before we get started with everything for our pre-show, we have some words from Jack and Reapered about some C9 news that we're going to be bringing to you. No,
Just
we're
kidding.
not. Just kidding. JK, it's going to be us talking about it. So if you haven't already heard the news, it's going to be that Sneaky Jensen and Smoothie are all going to be joining the Academy scene. They're going to be coming in while Goldenglue, Zeyzal, and Keith are all going up into the NALCS for the first week for Cloud9. So we're going to be able to see them play for at least Jensen, Sneaky, and Smoothie here in the Academy scene. So it's going to be really interesting to watch them play and see how they're going to be able to kind of adapt to this new scene.
Yeah, 3 rookies to the Academy scene. Who would have guessed? But now that they're here, we do get to see all these meta changes that have been so big on 8-11, not to get ahead of myself. Seeing all of these well-practiced and trained people just playing Vladimirs, the Mordekaisers, whatever else seems to be in the meta. Darius going from mid lane to bot lane and then back to mid lane?
Yeah,
Faker, please?
well, everywhere, pretty much. Just not knowing where the meta truly lies, only having 3 actual AD carries in Lucian, Ezreal, and Kai'Sa being still seen played it consistently. Well, it's the Vladimirs, Rises, Mordekaisers, Darius, Renekton's, Revelias, Yasuo's. I keep going on if you guys really want to.
So many options.
So many options for that. I mean, there's even like the just thought process that with this weird meta, maybe it's easier for Jensen, Sneaky, and Smoothie to kind of get used to it, seeing how they've been around for so long, these veterans from C9, that it might be able to be a good practice for them to get used to this absolute clown fiesta that we have a meta of.
Oh, certainly a fiesta meta, but it will be about the adaptation between the teams. Will Cloud9 Academy be able to figure something out? Have they been practicing enough? We've been watching the scrims, we've been talking to coaches, and we figured out that they do have a strategy coming into this meta. They have been playing the most popular things, but they've also been experimenting a little bit.
Well, of course. I mean, this meta pretty much has been about experimentation. I mean, we look over towards Cloud9 Academy's roster. We got Shiro, Blaber, Jensen, Sneaky, Smoothie. We already talked about those 3, but Shiro and Blaber are pretty much the 2 members that were already with the Academy scene before. Blaber didn't get his shot last time around. He's been around since, I believe, the scouting grounds where he was a part of the CLG team way back then. Now he's finally getting his shot at being in the Academy scene completely. So I'm really excited to see how he plays. I mean, we look over to his champion pool. He's actually been playing a lot of that FLYa jungle, especially just because how strong that has for some reason been.
Yeah, it has been strong mostly because of buffs to her as well as buffs to the runic echoes. So now with her threaded volley, it no longer deals reduced damage to minions and mobs. So anytime you go into the jungle, you use that Q, you have additional damage to the camps, and especially against single targets such as the blue or red buff, you have additional clear.
Exactly, so it makes it so that she's just really strong for whatever reason. I mean, sure, I don't think we're going to actually see her. We've been seeing her almost consistently banned by everyone, all the way from Korea to China, now coming here into the Academy scene where we've seen games earlier where it's just pretty much been getting banned all the time. So we're getting more of Trundle, Camille still reigning supreme into the jungle.
Absolutely. These 2 fighters are still so crucial to the meta. We've also heard some talk of Zhao, but when teams go to draft, usually they're looking for that Trundle because of his ability to gank early, his ability to duel into the 6th and mid game. He's able to just do so much, and Camille, just overall, just a strong fighter.
Yeah, but you forgot about the strongest jungler right now. Master Yi.
I absolutely did.
Yes,
the
Yi,
the terror of Korea. So far, we have seen 2 games with a Master Yi and a Taric in the mid lane using this gold funneling strategy that has become so popular on 8-11, just giving all of the gold from the jungle to your mid laner, or vice versa in the case of Yi and Taric.
Yeah, I was also going to ask, because we've also seen the new Karthus becoming really strong as well, so that could be a potential for Jensen to bust out here if he really wants to carry in this Academy scene. Put him onto that Karthus with the Nunu onto Blaber.
Yeah, the idea behind that strategy is to just use Karthus to get all your allied jungle and then use Nunu to counter jungle at the same time, thereby still getting a gold differential, still getting gold, but putting a lot more and funneling right into Karthus.
Exactly. So now I do want to talk about Shiro. We kind of touched on him. We didn't get to talk about him that much because we saw him in the Academy scene last split for spring, and he was someone who really did like to carry. He was a very dominant player in the top side of the map. In fact, I believe Gnar and Gangplank, his 2 most played top laners. He's not some slouch who wants to go on to dog tank champions, you know. He wants to go ham. He wants to get some kills.
Yeah, he absolutely looked monstrous coming into those semifinal matches against FlyQuest Academy. Unfortunately, not able to pull it out, but his performance on Gangplank was definitely something to keep in mind.
Exactly. So I really want to see what he's going to be able to play. I mean, now looking over towards his champion pool, it's been a lot of the Fioras, Aurelias, Renekton's kind of coming in. Stuff that has been considered more standard, especially with how fast the games have been in a competitive scenario, where usually the games that go over 30 minutes are rare. I think we finally saw a series over in LCK where it was Griffin versus MVP go into those 35, 40 minutes, but that is the rare case. The majority of them end before 30 minutes.
Yes, they do. And so your 1-item power spike, whether that's the Titanic Hydra, whether that's the Triforce, you need to make sure you get that as soon as possible and then immediately go into team fights because of how fast this meta is.
Exactly, and I think that's just going to be benefiting towards Cloud9 Academy back in the semifinals against FlyQuest Academy, who they're going to be playing up against today. They were very dominant early into the games. Every single game of the semifinals, even though it was a 3-0, they had a 10,000 gold lead in every one of those games.
That is correct. Unfortunately, not not able to pull it out into the mid to late game stage whenever they went for Baron. It felt like they weren't getting the strategy down. They were not, and I do hear some music going on right now.
Oh, yeah,
That is hype.
Well, it's League of Legends music,
Yeah.
man. Come on.
I am so ready for this now.
Oh, didn't you know we're casting League of Legends?
Wait,
Yeah, this isn't
Oh!
Dota. I'm sorry.
you said the D word
No, I did.
on stream.
I did.
Wow.
Yeah,
Incredible.
exactly.
But we do need to look out for this champion pool. It's so amazing to see the communication between Cloud9 Academy in this roster versus the last roster. When you have Smoothie on the shot calling position, he has the ability to just look at all the strengths and really communicate effectively as opposed to their former roster.
Well, now looking over towards Smoothie, he is someone who definitely can shot call and be someone who really takes over the game, but this meta is quite different for him.
Yes.
Back in the NALCS Spring Split, he was playing a lot of the tank supports, going for Alistar, Tahm Kench, Braum. Those aren't really played as much anymore. They've kind of fallen off a little bit. I mean, there are still some Tahm Kenches and Brahms coming around here and there, but it's more about Lulu, Fiddlesticks, Morgana coming in. We've
Yes.
seen Brand popping up here and there. Hell, I think we saw an Aatrox over in... Yes, I'm being legit. Ignar played Aatrox support last night in Korea. If you do not believe me, go look that up. But it actually is something that has been coming up. It's a weird meta, and this could be a shift that Smoothie needs to adapt to.
Everyone needs to adapt to this. When you have the change that is so massive in 8-11 as well as 8-10, you have to go all sorts of different directions. Yes, we've seen the Tahm Kench, but I think we also want to see the Morgana, who I believe is the priority in this current meta just because of her ability to both engage as well as disengage using that Black Shield.
Well, it should just be banned.
It should
honestly.
just be banned.
It's that powerful where I've pretty much seen that and Talia being the most banned at the current moment. Ryze kind of still pops up here and there, but not nearly to the degree that Talia and Morgana have been.
Yes, these two champions have been so instrumental in victories and scrims especially, and that's why we're seeing bans coming into the actual games in the LCK, the LPL, and now the NALCS Academy games.
Exactly. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this kind of translates towards everything for this weekend as well with the NALCS, where you have a lot of roster shifts coming in. So with this weird meta, definitely can be facilitated a little bit more by watching this, especially with Jensen, Sneaky, and Smoothie playing in the Academy scene. So the last person I really do want to touch on for Cloud9 has got to be Sneaky. We kind of touched and said he's here for the Academy scene, but we haven't said how his champion pool has been impacted, even though we briefly touched on that there's only really 380 carries that remain.
That's true. The 380 carries that remain are, in fact, the Kai'Sa, the Ezreal, as well as
Lucian.
Yep. Lucian. We can't talk about Lucian without talking about, like, god tier characters. Lucian right now is the menace. He is that third ban that should always be going through because his ability to spike off of one item and get that lane bully even before that is so powerful that he needs to be off the rift.
Exactly, but looking at how this is kind of shaping up for Cloud9 Academy for Sneaky, well, yes, we know he can play these 80 carries very well. Do you think he can adapt and go for Vladimir, go for Ryze, and be just as powerful, if not more, when it comes to these team fights? Because we always know the meme, the sneaky in lane kind of memes. We love him, but sometimes does struggle a little bit. This game style is a lot more about being dominant in lane and transitioning that into team fights.
It is very necessary, and that's why on solo queue we see the Mord, we see the Kayle, we see the Kennen, and we see the Lucian. So he has been working on adapting to this playstyle, maybe even bringing out some surprises in that Kayle that we haven't seen in competitive play yet.
Yeah,
Could happen.
And I've actually been pretty sure I've been seeing a couple kill jungles pop up as well as a way, almost like the Master Yi kind of style, where you have a more supportive mid laner and just funnel all this gold onto the kill so that she can get a massive power spike, get the Ginsu's, get Runon's Hurricane as quickly as possible, just so she can delete people. And if she ever gets jumped on, such as by a Master Yi, it's like, okay, well now I have my intervention, you can't kill me.
There are so many options with this Kayle, and we can't go over her without talking about the flexibility of her. She's been played top, she's been played bot, she can currently be played AD carry, she's been played
everywhere.
mid.
She can literally can be played in any lane right now in this meta. That is how versatile she is, because how weird this meta is. The Wild Wild West meta, as many people have been dubbing 8.11. Haven't quite got to 8.12 yet, where Banner of Command is going to be removed, but I doubt the meta will change too much when we get to that point, because that's the only really big change. Minor nerfs to Ezreal, but honestly, I don't see the Henshin Wild Wild West meta going anywhere anytime soon.
No, not at all. The current nerfs are aimed at specific champions, but not the biggest ones. So not Lucian, not Talia. We've even seen Sejuani buffs, which I'm honestly excited about in 8.12.
AP Sejuani.
HP Sejuani. We were talking about that a lot yesterday doing our research.
Except Rotobelt. It's easy. Easy money. It's not as good as it used to be back before they reworked her, where you can literally one-shot someone with your ult. I miss those days.
We all do.
Oh, the one I miss the most is Poppy, Old Poppy, and Old Scion, where you'd go full AP Scion, and you'd point and click stun with your Q. You have the shield channeling the whole time. You just walk up to them. Since it's a 1-to-1 ratio both on the Q and the W, you delete people. Those are the best days. You're just wrong for not thinking that.
Those were dark days.
Those are the best days.
Dark days, but a lot of fun, no matter what.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. So, honestly, we've kind of been going over a lot of stuff with Cloud9 Academy, and especially since we do have so much to talk about for them, just with those changes, with the roster changes. But now, we kind of have to talk about what we theorize is going to go into their matchup against FlyQuest Academy. How do you think this roster of Cloud9 Academy is going to be able to hold up into the reigning Academy champions of FlyQuest Academy?
FlyQuest Academy has had a tremendous season. They've made a couple changes, so now with Anda in the jungle permanently, we have Peek and Wolf in mid. We have a lot of different options. However, Sneaky, Jensen, and Smoothie are still the players to look at. And when you see them against an Academy roster, it's hard to say anyone else could win.
Yeah, it's hard to, but it is possible. Best of one format does mean that you have to be so careful when it comes to these crazy and strange picks. I'm pretty sure we seen the Echo Fox game versus the Team Liquid, Mordekaiser, Nautilus bot lane. That is a lot of aggression, a lot of pushing in, and once Mordekaiser gets online, it's incredibly powerful.
Yeah, it is just so much power spike with the Mordekaiser. We've talked about how this is the Wild Wild West meta, and Mordekaiser seems to reign supreme when it comes to Wild Wild West metas. Very hard tongue twister, especially in 5.12 and that Worlds patch that we all remember so fondly, where Mordekaiser came back into the rain.
That was a fun one. I actually really enjoyed that one.
It was different.
It was because it shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
It was one of those patches you look at and you're like, that was allowed. That was allowed at Worlds. Oh no. Because it was Darius. Even Garen was kind of popping up here and there. They had the new Gangplank that was pretty much permanently banned. It was just rough.
Very, very unfortunate. But teams did adapt to that eventually by banning away the Darius and Mordekaiser 90% of the time in that Worlds, I seem to recall.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I feel like teams will still adapt to this. They'll still find something out that works for them, that still is familiar enough with maybe Ezreal, maybe with Kai'Sa. But I think this is where adaptation is the most crucial part of a team's game.
Oh, it really is. It's really being able to form to the meta, being able to change how you're going to be able to play, because who knows how long this meta is going to last. We already talked about how 8.12 won't really impact it that much. In fact, it makes tanks a little bit less safe. So things like Ornn and Cho'Gath, maybe even Shen, who have been consistently holding on to the meta, might start struggling because they're not going to be able to have that reliability of pushing a side lane. It's going to go even harder into the bruisers.
So hard into the bruisers. We've seen Faker's Darius going into the bot lane. We've seen Vladimir. We've seen Ryze, who's more of a battle mage type bruiser. But we could also see something like a Fiora, something like an Aurelia, who's been so prevalent, and even a Wizard Lizard.
Wizard Lizard! I want my AP Wizard Lizard, boys. If anyone's out there listening, play that AP Renekton. It makes me happy to see.
Please do.
1-to-1 ratio on his ult. It's amazing. It's so amazing. Have you never played the AP Wizard Lizard?
I can honestly say that I have not.
You're missing out in life.
I'm sorry.
You are missing out in
no
life.
Fun as a person.
Go home.
I apologize.
Just go home now and go play it. Right now.
All right,
go.
just give me No? Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like we still got a show to do.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to talk about League of Legends some more. We got to talk about what we're expecting from these games from Cloud9 Academy and FlyQuest Academy. So let's start talking about the roster of FlyQuest Academy just a little bit, since we were able to get a little bit extra time and really go into the Cloud9 Academy. So we look over to FlyQuest Academy. They have a little bit of change-ups themselves. They're bringing Anda into the jungle role, where he was the starter before in the NALCS, but he is now going to be their starting jungler for the Academy scene.
And he is not a complete rookie. He has played 2 games, as a matter of fact, in the Academy League. So he's well practiced in that sense. And I feel like his stats were incredibly indicative of how well he's going to do here. He had the second highest KDA among junglers. He had the he had the least deaths because of the 2 games. But most importantly, his kill percentage. Best among junglers.
Best among junglers. I mean, hey, that's a good thing to be able to say. It shows that he's really able to control the map. But you talk about best right now
Yep.
in the Academy scene. Well, Peckinwolf, the mid laner who's now coming in for FlyQuest Academy, who was the sub before, is now going to be the starting mid laner for FlyQuest Academy. And this guy, he played 4 games, only 4 games, but that was due to Fly having those visa issues, Keen going up into the NALCS to cover that, and so he took over for the Academy scene, but he actually performed amazingly when he was in for Keen in the Academy scene.
He sure did, and this is another chance of someone coming in, getting the most KDA of any mid laner in the Academy scene. You could just look at those stats. Amazing. Coming in for those 4 games. Unfortunate that he couldn't play for the rest of the season, but he's been practicing all these rises, these Gallios. He's played Azir. He's ready for pretty much anything in this meta.
And if I actually look, I was able to take a look over towards his solo queue just a little bit and see kind of what he was playing. And there were a couple things that did stand out to me, and one of them being Lissandra. Was something that he was playing a lot, and I can understand it for the amount of roam potential you can get. Decent wave clear early into the game, but it's really about being able to impact those side lanes.
Yes, Lissandra is one of those sleeper picks, I think, in the LCS as well as the Academy scene, because she builds very quickly into that one-item power spike, the Hextech Proto Belt being exceedingly strong on her. She's great into Assassins. She can just freeze herself whenever they go for the all-in, and she has the poke and lane damage that she can survive the lane without being overexposed.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see that pick. I mean, the other ones that aren't too surprising coming in from Peckinwolf would be like Mordekaiser, Zoe, Ryze, Aurelia, been picks that he's been going towards. Swain still remaining for Peckinwolf whenever he goes into mid lane. So I almost wanted to see Pyke because he was playing a few games of Pyke, but all of those were support. I did verify and check those out to make sure to look at the stats. I'm like, no! Would have loved to have seen Pyke mid, because that is something that has been cropping up a little bit, is taking more of these supports into the mid lane and literally just having Nocturne, Master Yi control the jungle.
We've been seeing a lot of Pyke recently, and he's one of those picks that solo queues looked at and said, hey, he could be played anywhere. He's almost that Kale level of you can just play him, you can get stats, and you can get kills very easily. Even in the mid lane, I feel like he provides enough utility, whether he goes for that Electrocute standard build or if he goes for something like an Aftershock and builds a lot of resistances into the tank Pyke.
Well, I mean,
still able to get stuff done.
The thing with the tank Pyke, though, is because his passive converts all bonus health into more damage, he only gets the resistances, unfortunately.
He does.
So.
And that's why we've been seeing a lot of resistance builds. So we've been seeing the Aegis of the Legion into a Locket of the Iron Solari being rushed very quickly so he could get those resistances, get a Frozen Heart, and then become unkillable to AD characters.
Well, especially right now where you have Renekton, Aurelia, Yasuo controlling the game. Does make a lot of sense. I'd imagine it would be more of a last pick situation, though. I don't theorize that being picked too early because of that reason, where you kind of want to itemize and path into a way where you're going to be countering those Aurelias, those Yasuos, Renektons. So you want to take that later into the composition where you can really be able to flex that around.
Absolutely. You need to be thinking about pick ban strategy whenever you're looking at any character, and Pyke especially, because of how new he is and because of his versatility that has been shown so far. You really need to save that as much as you can.
Yeah, but now I do want to get back on topic talking about FlyQuest Academy. So we still see their top laner, No, being the same we saw before. In fact, we saw them play No and Shiro in the semifinals of the Academy scene, where Shiro was very dominant in lane. In fact, No, I believe, played majority tanks, really liking to go onto that Gnar or Cho'Gath whenever he could get his hands onto it.
He does love to play tank characters, and we saw a lot of it, especially in the semifinals as well as finals. But in the regular season, I want to talk about No. He was another one of those people that had an incredibly high KDA, incredibly high assist count for top laners. He actually had the most assists out of any top laner. And that's something to look at, especially in this teamfight-oriented meta. Early skirmishes, you have to be able to get kills, you have to be able to roam, and you have to be able to get assists. His champion pool, as we were talking about, is going to be called into question when all these bruisers have become so popular.
Exactly. Though Ornn has been one of the tanks that has remained, we talked about how it's Ornn, Shen, and Cho'Gath being the main tanks that still hold on. Not seeing as many Maokai's anymore. Sion kind of having fallen to the wayside just because, sure, he can poke out in lane, but he doesn't really provide that much when it comes in terms of damage, and people just not wanting to play it as much. But giving credit to No.
Yes.
He played a game of Alawi and Urgot in the spring split for the Academy scene, and actually got a perfect KDA on the Alawi.
It was a great game to watch. But when you have Alawi, who may not be the most popular bruiser right now, I feel like he could still pull out those surprises, and that might be something very necessary for this pick ban phase.
Imagine putting that mid lane.
Imagine
Imagine seeing Peckinwolf playing that. You just see the Alawi come in or the God. You get my Crab God coming in.
I mean, I can
Crab
tell you
people.
about our duo queue with me and a buddy of mine with Urgot bot lane, as well as an Aurelia support. So double the bruiser, double the fun. Could just be packing bruisers into a lineup.
Then don't you just pick Rammus on the other team to counter that?
But they didn't.
Well, that's their fault. They should have realized that. I mean, they should have gone, hey, that's 2 ADs going bot. I'm just going to pick Rammus, and it's going to be okay.
It seems that way, doesn't it? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I love Rammus. I miss him.
All right.
But he's not going to be... I doubt we'd see him unless it's like we talked about, the full AD composition coming in on the other side, which is possible. With Renekton, Alawi, we didn't mention Aatrox also being someone very popular. There could be a potential for that. Malphite has been cropping up here and there as a situational sort of top laner, sometimes support, but not seen as much just because he needs to be into that almost full AD lineup on the enemy team.
It does. His armor scaling is so good. He needs to have a team comp as well. So if something like an Orianna or Yasuo to follow him up in order to make him work within a composition. But he's so weak in his laning phase that it feels very unlikely that we're going to see him in this meta.
Yeah, I'd be really, really surprised if we saw that. So now, talking about FlyQuest Academy a little bit more, the last lane we haven't focused on is going to be that bot lane. It's going to be remaining the same. Ari and JJ going to be the bot lane for FlyQuest Academy. And when you look over to these two boys, they were both on the University of Toronto team way back in the day for the collegiate scene, where they finished second place to Maryville last year. They have been pretty consistent. A lot of people said, sure, they don't necessarily get that far ahead, but they don't ever fall that far behind. You even look at Ari. Total, his XP difference at 15 minutes is only 8.
Yes.
That's it. That's how close he keeps the lane regardless of how things go. But now he's going into Sneaky and Smoothie. So this is going to be a very, really, really rough matchup.
It's going to be so incredibly rough. Ari and JJ, their stats are about middle in terms of AD carries and supports, respectively. But against an LCS caliber bot lane who has adapted to so many different metas, and again, we bring up this word, adaptation, they are going to have quite the difficulty, especially in the pick ban phase, where you have to be scared about Ari's champion pool. He's played the Ezreal a little bit. He's played a little bit of Kai'Sa, but hasn't really been practicing too much.
But you know what he has been practicing? Mordekaiser.
That's true.
He has been playing primarily Mordekaiser in solo queue. A lot of games on that. I think, in fact, the past 7 days has been 14 games on that Mordekaiser. So that's a decent amount. Decent amount on one champion, where, yeah, it hasn't been too many of the actual AD carries like Lucian, Ezreal, Kai'Sa, not as much. But man, has he been spamming that Mordekaiser, trying to get practice onto that. And when you think about JJ's pool, again, we mentioned how Smoothie liked a little bit more of the tanks. Well, JJ's very similar to that as well. He had 11 games on Alistar in the Academy scene in the spring split.
Yes. He had so many games practiced on these top-tier picks that fortunately do work out for him. But again, you have to worry so much about the discrepancy in experience. So these teams have played on the Academy roster last season, but they have not played against world caliber teams. They have not played against teams that have been regularly in the LCS and have been in the scene for over 5 years.
This is so true. It's definitely something that's going to be a task, and it's going to be a mountain to climb for both Ari and JJ. But honestly, just looking over towards JJ, he does have potentials to where he can thrive. Morgana was something that he was picking up a lot in the playoffs for the Academy scene, but now, we talked about it a little bit before, Morgana is a very powerful support, and since he has been getting practice on that, that could be a way, if they're able to get their hands on it, that they can actually take over the bot lane from Cloud9 Academy.
And that's that caveat, if they can get it. We talked about how important it was to ban away this Morgana, and especially with the scouting done by both teams, they're going to see Morgana not only a top-tier support right now, but a support that JJ has practiced extensively, so they're going to keep that out of his hands, most likely for this game.
Yeah, I would definitely imagine that, but it's going to be so hard when you try to ban all of these really powerful lanes, these really powerful champions that have been taking over the meta, especially with how just dominating Conqueror is as a rune, and people have been kind of calling for that to be nerfed just slightly. It's something ridiculous when you can pick that up on almost any of these bruisers and start just getting all this true damage and winning these lanes.
Conqueror has been an extremely influential thing in the pro scene as well as solo queue. We do need to work out We do need to look out for all sorts of different characters that can adapt it. We do need to still keep our eyes on bruisers in the bot lane. We need to keep our eyes on bruisers generally, especially Irelia, who I believe is the strongest bruiser on this patch.
He definitely is, though she can get countered by that Renekton. One of the few things that can actually beat her. I actually theorized something too with Nocturne. You go Nocturne into that, go for the bruiser kind of build with him. Conquer as well. I threw my pen at you.
Careful about that.
No, I'm angry. I'm angry. That's why I throw my pen.
It's because you're
at you.
talking about AD Renekton.
Yeah, I am. That's why. It's not the Wizard Lizard. But going back to Nocturne, when you have Nocturne and you go for more of the bruiser kind of build, you actually can beat the Irelia, especially in laning phase, even though normally Nocturne isn't that strong in laning phase. It's purely for the fact that your kit almost counters that of Irelia. She tries to get the stun off you,
Yep.
spell shield. She jumps in onto you, you press E, you get a Q, and you have all this damage that you're now dealing to her, and keep wailing away, you'll be able to get the free Conqueror as well. So it's going to be pretty easy that you kind of see how that can win in that kind of lane, but it will be interesting to see who is going to be picked up from any side if they allow the Irelia to go through.
Irelia is definitely something you need to look out for. Renekton, definitely something you want to save as a pocket pick as much as possible because this has been played in scrims. It's been determined to be good, but Irelia is still just incredibly powerful.
Exactly. So I believe we actually have highlights still. Yep, we still have highlights
Sweet.
from last split. The last time FlyQuest Academy and Cloud9 Academy saw each other was in the semifinals, and you look over towards this one. This is actually from game 1, where it's a really good engage from Wiggly.
Yeah, Wiggly goes in, immediately gets Kha'Zix down, and that is the start of the fight. As we can see, Shiro is on the backside getting barrels that are extremely big and making sure that No has no tank stats, while at the same time Goldenglue comes in the back, gets a few kills, and this team fight is incredibly clean.
There's a really good flank from Goldenglue as well, where he was able to almost get the kill onto Airy, but still forcing him out so his team could go right down mid and try to see if they can get a little bit more pressure and even get in the wards so they can then turn onto the Baron. Was a really well-calculated play from Cloud9, but this right here is heartbreaking. I'll let you take over this one, though.
All right, so it is heartbreaking because we do see Cloud9 is in the base of FlyQuest Academy. They're going in. The Nexus is open at this point, but Gangplank gets picked off immediately. Keen on this Vigor is putting out so much damage, and you can see it in just a second here when he lands that Dark Matter. Look how much health is lost immediately. And because of that, they underestimate how much they can go. They keep trying for the Nexus.
This is the part that always breaks my heart right here.
And you can see the Caitlyn just going in, trying to get these auto attacks. Garner also alive, but the Nexus
One more hit
left
is all
up.
it was. And if you look at that fight, it was actually just really good positioning from Airy and Keen, where they stayed right on the outside of the battle, so they never could die. And that game, unfortunately, did end up going to FlyQuest. But right here, Cloud9 in Game 2 get a great call. They had all these great calls early into the game where they get the Baron, but then the collapse trying to come in from FlyQuest.
And FlyQuest overextended here massively. When you have these CC-heavy top laners in Cho'Gath, you need to watch out for where you Realm Warp and how many people you commit to that, because when you have AoE knockups, you have an AoE teleport, that's a bad combination.
Well, and see, we kind of see almost a little bit of Keen having some questionable Realm Warps, but honestly, with how far ahead FlyQuest Academy had with the Dragons, they were able to win this fight to bring back Game 2.
Yeah, you can see they have 5 dragons here, 2 Earth, 2 Infernal, and 1 Wind, able to get a lot of damage here. And you can see that Shurima shuffle right there was gorgeous coming out, but unfortunately not able to do enough, as we see Airy on the backside completely safe with that Black Shield getting so much Caitlyn damage down.
Plus, like I said, it was a weird Realm Warp coming in from Keen, but the fact that it was a really nice collapse from the side of FlyQuest Academy to kind of punish the fact that they used so much trying to kill Keen really turned that around. But this is going to be Game 3 where, honestly, again, Cloud9 Academy were able to get so many leads early into the game.
Yes, and it's because they draft these amazing team comps. Look how much global pressure there is coming in from the Jhin ult and the Taliyah ult, able to get so much damage onto the bot lane of FlyQuest Academy. They get this double kill here just because of great positioning and great jungle pressure coming in from Wiggly.
And you look over in mid lane, Keen wasn't even prepared for that roam, had no idea what to do, and was trying to see if he can just shove out the lane back, but now, mid lane dive.
Mid lane dive. So this is another good play coming in from C9 Academy. They're able to get damage down. They have the Rift Herald used beautifully right here, able to get a lot of damage onto the turret, and Shiro makes it out with just a little bit of health. They already have a kill, but Tahm Kench ult and this Abyssal Voyage able to get so much mobility down that they do another clean dive, another kill, and a free turret.
Yeah, and so right there, it was just pretty much great dives, well calculated by Cloud9, and they even went for another one. They kept having these early plays. Still, only 20 minutes into the game, they had 11 kills, hadn't died once, and then they go for this questionable inhibitor dive.
Yeah, so they have a 12k gold lead right here. They're going for the inhibitor. The wall is good. So with the Weaver's Wall blocking off the enemy team, Cloud9 Academy are able to go in, but not actually finish off the turret. And we have to respect that Braum has the ability to not allow damage onto this turret. This clutch shield right here is what saves them so much. And we see Tahm Kench also going a little overextended, and they're trading right now. Not great.
Well, that's what the crazy part is, the fact that they go for this dive, they didn't get the tower, and they finally gave the first kill of the game to FlyQuest Academy 20 minutes into the game, and then it just leads into more and more chaos that keeps funneling gold into FlyQuest Academy.
This was an incredibly big play around the Infernal Drake, so you can see the FlyQuest Academy have the advantage in positioning, and Goldenglue on the backside, unfortunately, does not take that Weaver's Wall, which would have isolated him, but that means that is the go button for Academy, just going in immediately, getting damage down, and making sure that Shiro goes down immediately.
And you look at this fight, it looks like it was clean at first from FlyQuest. They get some kills. They even were able to get a double kill right there for Keen, but this was just a little bit of a mistake that turned it back around. But when you have a nearly 11k gold lead for Cloud9 Academy, trading evenly just isn't what you want to hear. You want to hear that they were able to get 3 for 1 at minimum. Like that right there is still not even the trade you want to have.
Not at all. And we go into this next clip where we see Fly Academy once again on the Elder Dragon getting a lot of damage down before Cloud9 Academy can get into position. And because of that, there was miscommunication. Wiggly goes in a little bit early. Yes, there's some damage going down onto No, excuse me. Getting a lot of damage, though, is the backside. So we see FLYa Jin trades all over the map. But why are you trading at this point? Why is that necessary at a 6k gold lead?
Exactly, but they still were able to steal away the Elder Drake. That was a great play at first from Wiggly, where they were able to get that, but the biggest problem, they couldn't disengage.
Yes.
They couldn't get out of there, so the only one that held on to the Elder Drake buff was Goldenglue, and then it just led to Baron buff being picked up by FlyQuest. And then right here, Shrimp having a beautiful cancellation on the back so his team can march up the minions into the base.
Yes, this was very well planned by Shrimp. He's able to cancel everyone backing in the same bush. So yes, Tahm Kench gets out, but the tower's already down, and the Nexus, it goes down immediately afterwards.
Exactly, and it was an unfortunate, and you can see, that's why we were talking about how this might have been a 3-0, so you look on paper, you're like, oh, 3-0, Cloud9 Academy got crushed. No, that was quite the contrary to those games, because they were so close at the bitter end. It was really FlyQuest Academy just doing a great job in the later stages of the game, with, unfortunately, Cloud9 Academy not able to close it out despite having these leads.
Yeah, and part of that is just due to the shot calling that might have been flawed on Cloud9 Academy before, but I feel like with this new roster, we're not going to see those problems again.
Yeah, hopefully not. That's what you kind of want to see, especially when you bring in some of these veterans in to kind of give a little bit more of guidance, especially Smoothie, who's going to be able to kind of lead the charge for the Academy scene. Maybe Shiro and Blaber can really pick up on his influence and be able to carry the mantle for the Academy scene and really try to benefit and help out Sneaky and Jensen.
There's so much available from all of these players, just the wealth of knowledge. That's well over 10 years between all of them that they can just give to Shiro, that they can give to Blabberfish, who is brand new to the professional scene. It's going to be a very interesting match.
Exactly, and so I just want to check something really quick. Mark, are we getting into the game?
Yeah, so we are going to...
All right.
We're going to do 5 minutes of trivia.
Cool, I just want to make sure that we had that right.
Checking in with our producer.
Yeah, we just had to make sure that we got our timings right. We're going to get getting into the game soon, so I'm excited to see how this is going to be able to go for these two squads, especially for the veteran style from Cloud9 Academy, going against a little bit more of the veterans of the Academy scene in the FlyQuest Academy squad.
Definitely. FlyQuest Academy, though, not any strangers to the stage themselves.
True.
Most of this team has at least seen play, and that's what we need to see. Peak and Wolf has been around the scene for so many years.
He's always been on the precipice of greatness, always just one stage away from going to the professional stage, but always going either to the Challenger before and now to the Academy. So I do want to see him step up. I want to see him be able to come into this game and show everyone that he is a great player. But now we're getting into the champion select for our game. Cloud9 Academy going against FlyQuest Academy, the first ban right away. Morgana.
We talked about it so much. This is a character you just cannot allow to happen, especially with JJ so talented on this pick, and predictably the FLYa ban is second. Both of these are so strong in the current meta that it is unlikely that we will see them in any games today.
Exactly. I'd be really, really surprised if that came in. But then the next ban is going to be Lucian. So already Cloud9, they're pretty much saying, hey, Ari, we want you to play some of these crazy picks. Maybe even try to force them onto Ezreal, because honestly, Taisa and Lucian have been considered like the S+ tier of the AD carries that remain. Well, Ezreal is just a little bit below them. He can be punished and takes a little longer to scale up.
He does, and that's why these bruisers have been so valuable. And speaking of bruisers, Aurelia banned the strongest bruiser on this patch. Now Cloud9 doesn't have that option to rely on, even though that may not be what they need. Shiro's been practicing all sorts of different things, so it's hard to ban out his champion pool currently.
Well, see, I almost expected Cloud9 to give over the Aurelia, because they have definitely been putting a lot of the priority into having Aurelia on the other side and trying to scale up a lot quicker. So it was more probably FLYa saying, we just don't want to play it. We have no desire to play the Aurelia. We don't want to build a composition around her. So instead, we're just going to ban it.
And speaking of bans, Shen is the next ban, and this is a power support right now that is one of the tank supports that is incredibly popular, played around the world. We've seen it a lot in LCK, also able to flex into top. But with the global pressure and the shields, there's so many things that Shen can do that Cloud9 Academy don't want to deal with.
Exactly, and so looks like the first hover is Zoe, and Zoe has been incredibly strong, where she has been one of those few AP champions. People haven't talked about that too much, that mid lane has been more dominated by a lot of these AD champions, especially these bruisers taking over, while Zoe can kite people around. Sleepy time bubble can really start punishing people, especially if she lands that, so going to be Jensen going right on to the Zoe.
Very strong pick. Even after the 8.11 changes, we still see Zoe popping up so much because of her burst damage and because of her ability to get picks. Now, I want to see how Jensen uses that with the jungle, and at least we can determine that Jensen's likely not going to get gold funneled. So we're not going to see that strategy this game, although it is still available.
So Ornn picked up for no, and this is something we kind of expected. He loves to go onto these tanks in the top lane, but the Lulu. People haven't talked about this. This is a high flex pick where it can go either mid in that AD carry role or to the actual support role, just because she provides a lot of damage with Glitterlands, plus having the shield's Ardent Sensor as well. It's just a very powerful pick, but look at this. So Smoothie is going to be on Alistar, and Jensen or Sneaky could take this brand. That's something that we could see have a lot of flexibility. Hell, if you want to, that could be Jensen on Alistar, pick up a hyperscaling jungler.
That could absolutely be the case, but at the same time, FlyQuest Academy with Ornn and Lulu, this is a very common setup for a hyper carry of their own. Whether they go for the Kai'Sa, they could still go for the Master Yi. He is available, or Mordekaiser, because why not? Wait. Brazilian meta in the house.
Well, see, this is something that we were talking about, that Ari has been playing a lot of this Mordekaiser in his solo queue games, just getting as much practice on it as possible, because the gameplay style, the play style that you want to go on Mordekaiser is shove out the wave and see if you can pick up things in the other lanes. You can go for the dragon. Once he gets a dragon, going to just take down turret after turret. Plus, he's going to be able to control a lot of the bottom or mid part of the map.
Yeah, Mordekaiser definitely a lot of different options. I'm very curious to see what Cloud9 Academy is going with for their bot lane, because when you have a brand and you have an Alistar, it's really hard to say if that's going to be your bot lane or if they're deciding for Zoe. We see the bans coming in. Renekton banned away. This is something Shiro and Jensen have both been practicing extensively, making sure that that bruiser is off the table.
But I love the Tark ban. That ban is pretty much just canceling away that ability that you could maybe go for the Master Yi Tark mid lane if you wanted to. And maybe trying to see if you can also have it a little bit more difficult for this Mordekaiser. Not going to have someone who can keep him alive to get the triple hit on his Q. Instead saying, okay, we're going to make you scale up a little bit longer. You're not going to have quite the safety. Sure, you can rely on Lulu, but that's going to be about it.
And finally, for the final ban on FlyQuest Academy, Graves. We haven't talked about this jungler a whole lot, but he's been so dominant the last 3 patches that he needs to be banned away immediately. So much damage, so much early control coming from an AD carry in the jungle. And now that he's gone, Blaber has a slightly limited champ pool.
Well, if we look over towards Blaber's champion pool, I actually want to just be able to quickly bring that up really quick, as we have a little bit of a dubstep remix for our music.
Feeling it.
He's been playing a lot of the Graves, yes, Talia as well, but the Camille is also something he was picking.
Yes.
Banned. That's 3 bans so far onto him. Ooh,
yeah.
Coming in. So that actually could mean either mid lane for Peckinwolf or JJ is going to take that. So I wanted to talk about how maybe Blaber is going to go on to Zhao as one of the ones that he's really been practicing that's left up, but man, I love seeing some Pyke.
Yeah, it's 2018. You can have a fluid champ select if you really want to. So now with Pyke, Mordekaiser, Lulu, and a start over on that champ select, very unfortunate.
It was a Zhao, it looked like, at the very end right there, so.
I don't believe it was locked in.
I don't think it, well, I think what happened was he had clicked it, but sometimes with the timer counting down, it does bug a little bit. So get all the omega lulls that you want in chat of feeling like, Gotta lock those in, Sneaky. Come on.
Yep.
You gotta know. You gotta be up on this. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the Zhao. Just because how much Blaber has been picking that, plus not knowing what the jungler is on the other side, you have to go for something that's gonna be able to scale pretty well.
Yeah, you have to find something that can get early duels, and I think that's the most... No. They have to start over.
They have to start
believe.
over, so...
Like, once again, our producer, Mark, very great guy.
Cool guy. Cool guy.
Love
So,
working with him.
Yeah.
By the way,
But
this
Paul
set,
is the best.
We have not talked about this set at
Paul
all.
is the best. This is Paul, by the way, right here. He's not amused.
No.
He's not amused.
Not at all.
Love
He
that guy,
is
though.
kind of sitting in the corner, trying to imagine he is not here.
What did we come up with the name for this guy again?
It was Carolyn?
No, that's Catherine.
Oh,
That's
Catherine.
But what this guy?
Did we have a name for him?
Neville. That's what his name was.
'Cause he was a
Neville.
Hufflepuff.
Yes, it was
Right.
Hufflepuff. We were like, oh yeah. But okay, it does sound like we're getting back into the game, the champion select, so we can hopefully be able to run through that pretty quickly so that you guys can see. Probably going to be the exact same.
I think it has to be
I
up
think it
until
has to
the
be.
Zhao, which
Right, the Zhao wasn't
may have been
technically
counted as a
locked
lock-in.
but I think it will be something that's going to be coming up. So we'll just have to run through it really quick, and it gives us a little bit more time to theorize what we can see after the Zhao. Because what was it? We had Zhao,
We had Zoe, Brand,
Alistair. Brand. So the only thing that's really missing would be that top lane. So getting something that's going to be more of a front line with the Alistar. So we could see maybe Cho'Gath coming back. Shen you can't have. Same with Ornn. So that really only leaves that. Unless you want to go for something that is very, very aggressive early into the game.
You know what Shiro was very excited about in this meta? The Aatrox.
Ooh,
Still left on the
Aatrox.
board. First in the alphabet for a reason. He is back in the meta right before his rework. Very unfortunate, but Shiro has been practicing, and I would love to see if that came in.
That could actually be a possibility, especially into the Ornn, because you do get a lot of damage, especially because he's probably going to go for Conqueror, so that way you can get a little bit more true damage into Ornn and be a little bit more powerful, but at the same time, it's Ornn. He has a lot of base damages. He's going to be very powerful in the early stages of the game where, unfortunately for Aatrox, he isn't quite that threat that he is once he hits level 6.
He does have some advantages, though. Once he gets that Phantom hit and that first item Ginsu's, if he decides to go that, or Titanic Hydra, he has options to deal with Ornn, and he becomes a split push threat. Not that split pushing is that popular in the current meta, but if he's able to duel and skirmish, that is what's going to win him the game.
So right now, just running right back through the pick and bans again. Everything should be the exact same, and if that would be Renekton and Graves being banned by FlyQuest, and Tark and Rakan being banned by Cloud9 with... Afterwards, it would be the Pike that came in for possibility of Peckinwolf or JJ. You know what makes this difficult is trying to write these down because I like doing
That show
these
up?
little...
Oh, it
Yeah,
does
does.
show up.
I like
Look at
doing
that.
little brackets like this, but I can't write these down in the positions they're going to be in because I don't know what they're going to be.
Yeah, that's why I'm just writing pick order right now.
Well, see, I do that too. I have my little boxes here.
Oh, look at you.
So it's like I try.
But it's
to
like a
have-
game of Sudoku that's really impossible because there are no rules to actually completing it.
Well, see, I can pretty much guess for the most part, but at the same time, like I said, Peckinwolf could go for the Pike. It could be Peckinwolf on Lulu. I could be Peckinwolf on Mordekaiser, Ari on Mordekaiser. Hell, it could be JJ on Ornn. We really just don't know.
No, we don't. But what we do know is we are back to live. So now a Trundle actually being hovered by Sneaky. And Joel, could you please get on Skype? So now we see Trundle. We used the same joke yesterday. It was fun. So Trundle is now locked in.
Okay, so it's Trundle.
And what is that? Smoothie, come on, man.
Lock it in.
Like,
Lock it
Smoothie,
in.
you're not being serious. Let's talk about the
Actually,
Trundle.
I want to talk about Wukong because Wukong in solo queue actually has an incredibly high win rate right now. People haven't realized that he's been one of those few champions that actually has benefited in solo queue just for the fact that he can really burst people down and actually go really hard into people. And I just look over to Twitch chat and see them all spamming Joel's Skype. And I'm losing.
Just making sure I'm with you on chat. I know my meme.
Riven.
That was locked in.
That is locked in.
Okay.
So Shiro is going on to Riven.
Okay.
I approve of this. So that does pretty much tell us that is going to be Sneaky on to Brand. So Alistar will be into the hands of Smoothie, going into something tried and true. Nocturne coming in. So Onda will be taking the Nocturne as opposed to going for something maybe a little bit less scaling, but this means that it is going to be that strategy of having the supportive mid laner, giving a lot of the resources over to your jungler, really trying to buff him up and make him that much stronger.
And we've actually seen this in Worlds. Levi making this strat incredibly popular with the gold funnel onto Nocturne, getting that incredible 5-minute ultimate that you always dream about as a jungler but can never pull off. If you funnel it properly, that first gank is incredibly powerful. Paranoia is such an amazing tool early on to block vision as well as get an amazing gank.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for this. You know, you don't get a cast for this kind of chaotic thing in an actual professional sense.
Oh.
No, I'm not talking about
My
going,
bronze silver
Yeah, that's
games?
I'm not talking about going full Captain Flowers here and spectating some bronze games and talking about those. Because I mean, if I want to spectate bronze games, I'm just gonna watch my own games at that point. It's like no one wants to watch those in reality. But guys, we do have a little bit of fun that we're going to be able to do while we wait for the game. It's going to be brought to you by Arena. It's going to be free trivia that you can download on your phone, and you can play along with us as we get ready for that. And you can even win some money if you get all of the questions right.
Wait, free money?
Yeah.
Mad Magical.
Yeah.
Are you serious? From trivia?
Well, yeah. I mean, you play, but you got to play. You got to play it. So, guys, if you're in chat, join us. Make sure you download this app so that you can get it. It's like I said, it's fully free, so you can get it on your phone. I believe it's iPhones. You can get on. Not quite sure about Android phones just yet, but we are going to play some trivia. So
how does this work, Mad Magical?
So what you're going to do is you pick your mob. So you choose which side you want to be. So either red or blue in this scenario. So it'll be a bunch of different kind of ideas. So there'll be PC versus console that are some of them. We've seen astronomy and astrology, where you can pick your mob. And what it is you join that squad. And if your squad is the one that wins out, if you have the most people in at the end of the whole trivia round, you actually will get a little bit extra money if you're one of those people remaining. While if you're on the other side, you just get a little bit less money.
Yes. So when we pick our mob, it doesn't really matter in this case. There's no knowing more about red or blue unless you're a Pokemon fan like myself and happen to play a lot of blue.
What about
version.
red versus blue?
Ah.
Yeah, do not forget
Rooster
about
Teeth
Rooster
shout
Teeth,
out.
man. Come on. I used to watch the crap out of
But
that.
then that doesn't help us decide which mob. Because they're both equal.
And not what says you. It's all about the red squad.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I know. I'm right.
You're absolutely right.
I am
Game does
completely
start
right.
in 2 minutes, guys.
Yeah,
so
get ready for
download that app.
Download it.
Arena.
Get ready to play. It's gonna be free. Ooh, hello. Hi.
But before we get going, I want to make sure you know all
Wave
the
back.
rules so you can win that money. First, you have to join one of our mobs. There's always a choice of 2, and don't worry if you haven't chosen one yet. You're going to have another chance once the game starts. Select whichever one you want, but you can't play unless you do. Once you're in your mob, you're going to be asked some questions. You'll have 10 seconds to choose your answer from the time the question appears, so you got to act fast. If you answer correctly, you move on to the next question. If you're incorrect or run out of time, you lose a life.
I clicked
Once
red
you're
and
out
said
of
I was
lives,
wrong.
you're out of the game. So if you make it to the end and get that final question right, you're going to split the game's cash prize along with the other winners. And here's the best part of all. If your mob has the higher percentage of remaining players at the end, your prize is doubled. So hopefully you've got some smart players along
That
with
should
you
help
and
me
your mob.
win. I want
There are
money.
a couple of ways
Chat,
to get
help
help
me out,
along the way.
please.
You see that button?
Give us your
We
strength.
call that an ATM for Ask the Mob. Once per game, if you're stuck on a question, hit that and you'll automatically answer with your mob's most popular choice. That's another good reason to
interesting.
bring your smart friends along with you to your mob. You can also use up to 2 bonus lives to get back in the game if you miss a question. If you've got them, you'll see them as red hearts right up there. If you need more bonus lives or ATMs, why not become a VIP? You'll get more each week along with access to other features. And we've got new games happening all the time, so turn on your push notifications if you haven't already. That way we can let you know when a game is ready to start. And
All
speaking
right.
of getting ready, I hope
ready.
you are because
I'm
you're
ready.
about to enter
I'm ready.
the arena.
Guys,
Good luck.
if you want to play, you got to download it. We only got 15 seconds left. Hurry up.
Yep, push that download button.
Actually, wait. No. Lose. See, I'm already on my thing, so I'm playing. I'm
All
winning
right,
this
we're
money.
in the game here.
I'm playing.
Magical
I wanna
Cage,
win.
trivia.
Mark blocked the chat. I can't use them to cheat. Oh, wait, chat's right there.
Yep.
Sweet. Haha, I can cheat.
We have the power of 2. The power of 4,800 people playing trivia. Right here. But we have chosen the red side, so if you want to go with the casters, pick red.
Yeah. All right. Something's being said, but we're going to wait till we can hear it here.
Greetings, everyone, and
Let's go.
welcome to the arena. I'm Coy Jandro, and we'd like to extend a very special shout-out to
All
our
right.
friends at Cloud9 helping to bring you the special League of Legends North American Academy-themed games. If it's your first time playing or watching, and I assume that's a lot of you, like Bronze
already
Raven and
chose
Pink
red.
Gleamer and many others, here's what you
What's
need
going
to
on?
do.
I already chose
Choose your
red.
mob. It is time
we're
to
good.
choose
We're-
the
we're
most
waiting for more
primal
people
of
to join.
esports
That's what it is.
dichotomies. Is it red?
We got
or
950
blue?
in the
Are you
in the
on
mix.
one
Well, right now,
side
red's
or
got the most,
literally
so.
the other
Haha.
side?
Caster
Which
side.
color is
Caster
your
side.
spirit color? What
I like
speaks
this.
to you? Choose one now. And it's not like that thing where you both pick the same and then it makes a different color. No, no, red or blue.
All right, guys,
One option.
so
There's no movie variants. There's no
hopefully
alternate takes.
we win.
This is it.
Yeah,
And
by
they're
we, I
locking in
mean me,
now,
of course.
and they're
Trying to
almost
get you
dead
money,
set
guys.
even. Beautifully done. Mobs are set.
Well, trying to
Let's
get you
this
guys
thing
money.
started. You get 10
But
questions.
I want money.
Make
Yeah,
it to
we
the
all
end.
do.
You'll win a
So
share
I
of
mean,
a
it's different. It's
$500
definitely
prize.
different.
Get a question wrong? and
Where's
you're out.
green? I
Unless
see
you're part
that. I
of the
saw
Arena VIP,
where's green.
then you can use
You know
one
what?
of our
He's
bonus
right.
lives, get back
Where
to
is
the
That would be a
game.
good color, wouldn't
Make
it?
to
Well,
the
no,
end as
'cause if
part
you
of
think
the
about it,
winning
it was
mob,
red and
your
green,
share
the
of
original
prize pool
Pokemon.
That's
gets
true.
doubled. It's like the feeling you get when you kill a
Oh yeah, so
but with
guys, make
cash.
sure that you download the
All right.
app so that you can play
But,
the game, so that
as
you
we
can
all
join
know,
in.
games are best
Because
played
I think we're
with your
getting ready for the game soon.
friends.
I hear
Make sure
Zoe
that you're-
laughing.
For the rest
Yeah,
of June,
I
if
heard
3 of your
laughing.
friends
But guys, make sure that you are downloading that app so that way
then
you
your
can
money
join in the
get-
game and you can win some money.
Cash money.
Cash money. I want to win some cash money. But guys, like we said, we are getting into our game. Cloud9 Academy going to be facing off against FlyQuest Academy. We got some names we already mentioned. Sneaky, Jensen, and Smoothie coming in, while Onda going to be on for FlyQuest. So got a decent amount of those veterans from the NA spring split. It's going to be really interesting to see how they play, especially with Sneaky being on this brand.
Sneaky on brand is something we did not expect. We were talking about Rise, we were talking about Vladimir, but we have not seen a brand in the AD carry position, if you want to call it that at all. And I think Sneaky might have a very good comp here. There's so much level 2 damage. The burst coming out of both Alistar and Brand at that point is going to be insane. And Ari and JJ will have to watch out.
Yeah, I'm really just interested. Looking over to Cloud9 Academy, they have more of that traditional jungler that we've been seeing for quite some time in Trundle with more traditional mid lane of Zoe. But over for FlyQuest, they've gone for that supportive top and mid with the jungler being the guy who wants to hyperscale up. And it really is going to be about if FlyQuest can get onto ahead. This is really troubling when you have Nocturne. You have to get ahead because the moment you fall behind, you are worthless.
You absolutely are. You want to get that paranoia, as we were talking about, as soon as possible. If we can get that at the 7-minute mark or earlier, that's exactly what you're looking for. If you can just funnel as much gold into Onda as you can, at least in the beginning, since you have that Lulu, you have that support in the mid lane, so many options.
You're good. Sorry, I just want to make sure because it was a little bit loud in our ears.
Yeah,
So
it was.
I wanted to make sure the volume was good, guys. Sorry about that. So we're all good to go. Right now, it's going to be about this Mordekaiser shoving in to Brand. Not too surprising, that is what Mordekaiser does. He keeps shoving in the wave, having the double Relic Shield bot lane of both Pyke and Mordekaiser makes it very efficient for both of them. Especially when we get towards level 6, we're going to probably see an all-in potential on FlyQuest's bot lane.
It could very well happen. When you have a Pyke and you have a Mordekaiser, you have the ability to sort of go in as well, but you can't be sleeping on Brand or Alistar. So this is going to be an explosive lane that we're going to look at in a little bit. Right now, Blaber coming in.
Yeah, Blaber looking to see if he can get the Krugs. 2 shoved in is Shiro, so not going to be able to actually go for the dive. You don't want to go that early or dive into Ornn, especially with how much health he still has. Not going to be able to take him down.
That shield has been nerfed a little bit on his Bellows Breath, but he still has it, and it's still a relatively low cooldown that he can use and get the CC off on a Riven, who is relatively hard to dive with.
Yeah, but this is Riven, if she's not punished, can snowball pretty heavily, and we've mentioned before how these games are a lot about getting ahead, and now we're getting a little bit of an all-in coming in from Smoothie. I believe that's the Ignite going down on Ari. He flashes away, but not going to be the kill. Wasn't able to get the passive proc from Sneaky.
Ari picked such a tanky AD carry in this Mordekaiser that he's able to get out of that virtually unscathed. Yes, he had to use the flash, but his exhaust is still up. And by the way, he did take exhaust. So.
He did take exhaust, but he did have to burn that flash. We have to keep in mind, no heal in the bot lane. So it's going to be really difficult. Jensen was able to get the Sleepy Trouble Bubble to land on the Peckinbolt. Actually going to go for
Ignite.
the all-in. Cleanse coming in, but it was cleansed. So not going to have the Ignite, still taking it away to take down Peckinwolf.
Yeah, but this is Peckinwolf getting a little bit shoved in. Anytime Jensen lands anything, even without items, that burned at least 60% of the health bar.
Onda.
And a gank coming in.
Looking to see if they can get onto Shiro. Again, it's about snowballing these lanes. You really want to see if you're getting ahead.
Bot side.
And now JJ taken pretty low, but he's going to be able to use his passive heal to be able to stay a little bit healthy. No Ignite for Smoothie anymore. Had already burned it in the previous fight.
Something very important to keep in mind with Pyke is getting those wards clear as much as possible, because with Cloud9 Academy getting that ward in the bush, he cannot use it to heal. So his gray health will stay gray until he gets out of sight, which requires him to get out of experience range.
Right now, the junglers trying to see if they can at least make some sort of movements. Top side is now pushing in for no, so not going to have any sort of gank path from Blaber, and that's why we see him on the bottom side of the map. But Ari, pretty wise to this, not knowing where the trundle is, saying, I'm just going to get out of here. I'm too low. I already had to use flash earlier. Now Sneaky and Smoothie controlling the spot lane. Do you expect them to try to go for a roam?
Well, we do see right now Smoothie roaming up a little bit, Blaber in the river as well, but you can see also the positioning of FlyQuest Academy. There's no targets right now. Pekin Wolf is getting shoved in constantly. He's sitting under turret knowing that this is a possibility, knowing that Alistar and Trundle have the ability to go at him.
Interesting looking at the items picked up already, since the junglers were able to get their backs. I actually see that longsword on Blaber, so going to go for more of the warrior enchant on to this trundle so he can do a little bit more damage. Ooh, smite from Onda secures the scuttle.
Very important right now. This is still the reworked Scuttle Crab, so getting a lot of gold and getting a whole camp worth of experience. You can see the discrepancy right there, 28 to 32. That is one camp, and because of that smite.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit of an edge, but I mean, looking at the gold, 200 gold is not really that much, especially now that Pekin Wolf is kind of shoved underneath this tower. Going to be very difficult for him to CS, especially as Lulu. Going to have to try to see if they can get the freeze as Ari for a little bit of roam. Was finally shoving back into Sneaky after having gone for the back and gotten the Merc Treads. So going to have a little bit more magic resist. Not quite as scared of Sneaky anymore.
No, this was an incredible first buy. I think this was very smart to get rid of any CC possibility as well as the damage, which is purely AP. And the only AD that could possibly come in is either a Shiro teleport or a Blaber gank, which at the moment seems unlikely, just based on positioning.
Kind of shoved underneath the tower at the moment. So he's just trying to see if he can get a little bit of farm. Nobody going for anything too aggressive, but honestly, looking over towards FlyQuest Academy, the fact that Onda is on this Nocturne and not being punished that heavily does kind of give a little bit of an edge towards FlyQuest, especially if they go for these fights, unless they can pick up onto Ari, who still does not have flash. They got the stun. They have the damage. First blood picked up by Blaber.
And I said it, when you have Merc Treads, the only thing you have to worry about is that Trundle coming in. So the pillar combined with no flash made it so Ari was an easy target.
And with that kill, it was picked up by Blaber, who is going for more of the damage build onto this Trundle. Probably going to go for the Tiamat if I had to guess, just to get a little bit more clear potential, especially now that Onda is just going for the full in on to that. But now we can take a look at the replay, and it was actually a really good setup coming in from Cloud9 Academy.
Yeah, this was a great bait. You see the control ward already in the bush. You see Smoothie only right now, and so when the pillar comes in, it comes as a massive shock to Ari, and JJ, unfortunately, not able to do anything on Pyke.
It was really nice, too. If you looked at Sneaky, he actually flashed forward. That way he can get in range to get the Pillar of Flame so that they can get the stun on top of that to Ari, so that way they can solidify the kill without him being able to escape.
Yeah, it was overall a great play, and I feel like it's amazing that there's no goal discrepancy. It's only about 100 right now, even despite that first blood. This is entirely due, I think, to the jungle gold differential.
Exactly, and that's what I was just about to say, is the fact that it was a little bit of a lead, but now Jensen a little bit far out. Here comes the call of the Forge God, but Jensen did flash. Sleepy Time Trouble Bubble connects on to Nocturne, with Blaber collapsing onto No. Shiro as well. Got the double knockup coming in from Ornn, but the Wild Growth was forced onto Ornn to keep him alive, and the Scuttle Crab will be picked up by Cloud9 Academy.
These ults are incredibly powerful, not only for engage, but also for disengage. Lulu, as a mid laner, provides so much defensive stats to anyone that she ults, whether it's No, whether it's Onda. She is able to get around the map, and because of that, there were no kills.
But at the same time, we have to also keep in mind who this will benefit, because FlyQuest put 5 members into the mid lane, trying to see if they can pick up that kill onto Jensen, and all he had to do was flash to get out of there, and this is Zoe. She can pick up any summoners that she wants off the ground. So honestly, I just see it having hurt FlyQuest a lot there. In fact, you can kind of see that from the shift of gold, where you mentioned it was almost even. Well, now it's a little bit of a shift going into the Cloud9 favor.
Yeah, this was a great pickup coming in from Cloud9. Zoe's incredibly safe, as you just said. But it's going to be interesting to see what she can do without Flash. When she doesn't have Flash, she becomes a lot less safe. Yes, she can pick him up off the ground, but if it's a Nocturne Paranoia coming in, there's not really a whole lot of options for escape.
Exactly. So Jensen is playing further back. He's kind of realized that as well. He does not want to go anywhere far where Onda can easily jump onto him, especially since they don't have control of the vision into the jungle, especially into the river. We see double control wards bot side around that Mountain Drake, and unfortunate right there, the red buff stole away the blue buff from Pekin. Peckinwolf.
You really hate to see it. And
Hate to see it.
when you have a Lulu, you need that mana as much as possible just so you can keep the wave shoved up and you can go for potential roams. Now that he doesn't have the blue buff, he will have to just deplete his mana pool, probably go back in a little bit. Yes, he has the Lost Chapter, but that's not going to be enough mana for this lane.
Over towards these lanes, Sneaky starting to get a little bit of a lead after having gotten that assist onto Airy. This Mordekaiser falling a little bit behind, and because he wasn't able to get the shove, he's not able to do what Mordekaiser does, which is take towers. Going to be the Mountain Drake, picked up by Cloud9 Academy pretty much for free, even though they didn't have that vision control we were just talking about a moment ago.
While they didn't have vision control, this goes back to that blue buff steal. This all sort of rolled off of that. Because Lulu didn't have the mana, she had to back immediately go for those Merc treads, and because she had no pressure on the map, the bot lane was able to roam over, get that dragon, and a great Earth pickup by Cloud9 Academy.
JJ having gone for the boots of mobility with that stopwatch as an early pickup as well. Very interesting to see.
Yeah, he's going to go for an all-in pretty soon here, I have to imagine, just because of his roam potential with the Moby boots as well as the stopwatch. He can go under turrets, he can get dives, and because he's Pike, he can share that gold, which we have not talked about a lot.
Oh, no. Forced to use the Call of the Forest God. Doesn't have that much mana. Was stunned up for the majority of that. Only able to get the knockup on the return, and Shiro picks up a kill. Second one for Cloud9 Academy.
Just overall a solid gank coming in from Blaber. He used one ability, and guess what? Horn was dead due to his flash being down from that mid play.
Right now, Paranoia has been popped, looking to see if they can go for the dive onto Jensen. Got the
Flash.
knockup with the Wild Growth, but that's going to be the Sleepy Trouble bubble connecting on a body blocked by Peckinwolf. Going for a little bit of extra damage, but Blabberfish cuts off the retreat, forcing the flash out of Peckinwolf. Needs one more, flashing forward. Blaber picks up a second kill of the game.
Peckinwolf went a little bit too far there. Yes, he was holding off for Nocturne, but all that did was buy time for Blaber.
And now bot lane, Airy was by himself because JJ wanted to see if he can go for the roam. They noticed that on the vision, but here comes JJ trying to see if they can return it back a little bit, but Cloud9 were wise to the movements of JJ the entire time.
Yeah, this is good warding coming in from Cloud9 Academy. Just able to find anything that JJ wants to do. His invisibility, yes, is nice, but when he's undetected by any control wards, I mean, there's not really much he can do.
FlyQuest Academy are just going to try to see if they can farm up a little bit in the bot side of the map, but they are starting to fall behind in a lot of these gold positionings, especially across pretty much every lane. It's about 2,000 gold in favor for Cloud9 Academy. Rift Herald has spawned up and is a potential if they want to take it.
It is very, very good to take at this point because you want to snowball advantages as much as possible on this 8.11 meta. You need to get that Rift Herald, and you can see pings going down already, so Blaber is making his way towards it. And the lane priority does go over to Shiro, so he's able to roam down and help him out.
Exactly what they're going to do. Going to already have the potential and the pathing necessary with Onda having been spotted out by that control ward that is on the bottom side of mid lane. He tried to get control of this Dragon Pit, but unfortunately, Onda just hasn't been able to make his presence known that well. That Paranoia gank was really the only one we have seen out of Onda, and it went disastrous for the side of FlyQuest Academy as, Jensen getting a lot of damage onto Peckinwolf.
Nocturne is absolutely one of those characters that needs to get his first gank to be successful. Otherwise, he's just going to fall off a lot, and his Paranoia is down for so long that a fight happens.
Smoothie was pulled back, stunned up for a little bit of time. Forced to use the Unbreakable Will, gets the double knockup, but he's by himself, and that was the assassination of JJ.
That Pike ultimate works no matter if there's damage reduction, shields, or heals going down on the target. As long as that HP goes below a threshold, they're dead.
JJ looking to see if he can get the reset, but he went a little bit far forward. Sleepy Trouble bubble connects with the damage coming in from that Q. Jensen probably should be able to pick up the kill. Flash away from JJ. Wild Growth went on to Peckinwolf. He misclicked himself on accident, but thankfully survives. Paranoia, but the stopwatches all across the map. Here comes the TP play. Blaber trying to do his best to body block, and Peckinwolf goes down. JJ goes far into the battle, getting a little bit of heal back, but Shiro onto the other side, finishes the kill with the ult. No is by himself now. He was ditched by Onda, got knocked up, got stunned for a little bit, but the tower should be able to keep him alive.
All that play was C9 Academy getting the upper hand here. They are snowballing their advantage in the perfect way. When you see Blaber coming in onto Jensen, that's a lot of damage, and JJ's attempted play just couldn't work there.
Yeah, he got 2 kills in that play, too. It actually looked like it should have been nice, but it was really just Jensen barely holding on to his life long enough so the Paddle Star could connect, get more damage across the members of FlyQuest Academy, and I think a lot of that goes back to Peckinwolf having accidentally clicked himself with the Wild Growth. Had that been on the JJ, who would have been a little bit healthier, and they probably could have gone for a re-engage a lot safer.
That re-engage definitely couldn't happen, though, because of the amount of health and the 5-man collapse onto the mid lane was incredibly necessary for both teams. Normally you'd see that in the bot lane, but in this meta, you could really go anywhere with it.
And right now, it's just going to be Cloud9 sitting pretty. They're 3,000 over FlyQuest Academy. They're doing very well for themselves, constantly shoving in Sneaky. He hasn't really been looking for any of these realms. He just wants to get items. Already has the Luden's Echo. Has a Dark Seal as well with that Doran's Ring so that he can try to see once these team fights start, and we all know how Sneaky can be. Once the team fights start rolling around, that's when he really hits his power.
Yeah, with Brand especially, that is a champion that's made for him in the quote-unquote AD carry role. When he uses that ultimate, that Pyroclasm, he has the ability to do unbelievable amounts of team damage combined with his Pillar of Fire, that he is going to be the person to watch in team fights.
At the moment, going to have a little bit of silence coming back and forth. I believe they want to give this blue buff to Peckinwolf. Hopefully this time. No red buff on Onda, so he shouldn't be able to steal it away, but Peckinwolf going back into mid lane. Maybe not? Yes? No? No, he's not going to have it.
Nope, but here's a gank.
Here comes Blaber once again, punishing Peckinwolf so much. He's constantly been in this mid lane, trying to get onto this Lulu, saying, well, you're a Lulu. You have a little bit of poke damage, but not nearly enough to deal with Trundle.
And especially with a cleanse, you can't really cleanse away any of Trundle's CC. He puts the pillar up, you get the cleanse. Yes, that's nice, but you still are slowed. It's not going to help you at all, and that's why I feel like Trundle should be focusing on this mid lane and focusing on getting Lulu out in team fights.
Dragon's going to be spawning up pretty soon. You could already tell FlyQuest they want to keep up their pressure on these objectives. They got the first brick gold in mid. They already got the Rift Herald, and they used that actually to get that tower as well. Plus, they got the first Mountain Drake. It's going to be a second one that is spawned up, getting that much more control over these towers when the only one who's really going to be able to siege down towers is probably going to be Blaber and Shiro, since they're going to be a lot more of that attack damage onto these turrets. As No got hit up just a little bit. Jensen wanting to go pretty aggressive, but Shiro has been left alone in the top side of the map, able to get a free tower as the rest of Cloud9 look to fight. This is a potential for a 5v5. They got the knockback on No. That is going to be Subjugate used on him as well. He has to get out of dodge. He's too afraid of battling, but here comes the call of the Forge God, knocking up two members, but great disengage from Smoothie, with Shiro going right into it. The damage onto No. He's taken out. Paranoia has been popped, but look at the Pyroclasm, how much it was doing to the members of FlyQuest. Nobody fell just yet, but it will be that Mountain Drake picked up for Cloud9 after they had already gotten the kill onto No, and they're still threatening Airy. Ignite pop, but not going to be the kill.
FlyQuest Academy have a weakness to their comp, and that was shown right there. The Call of the Forge God is their only means of truly engaging, and they were playing extremely scared in that position because they knew that the possibility of Cloud9 Academy in a 5-man situation is so strong.
And look at this play. It really started with Blaber playing very aggressive into No, and FlyQuest don't want to give this up without a fight, but honestly, Smoothie, beautiful knockout.
Smoothie definitely was the winner of this fight, just because of him going in with the Unbreakable Will, getting a 4-man knockup, combined with all of that Pyroclasm damage that we were talking about, was able to get an amazing team fight off.
Right now, Cloud9 starting to get that snowball rolling, especially for Shiro. He's sitting very far ahead of No at this moment. And this is something we kind of mentioned before, how Shiro likes to play. He likes to play very aggressive. He does not like to play these tanks. Black Cleaver, Tiamat already built up for Shiro, so he's going to constantly shove in the wave into No.
No, now having to be in the top lane, shoving it out. But we see a rotation coming in. Brand actually moving up towards him, and we see 4-man actually collapsing towards Peckinwolf.
Peckinwolf is by himself, but he does have Flash, so he might be able to get away. Flash is pretty late, but no pillar to stop any sort of movements from Peckinwolf. So it was Cloud9 respecting the fact that area was there, and they didn't want to get too aggressive, and the pullback onto Blaber, he's getting taken low, and he will finally get shut down by Onda. Call the Forge God, looking to see if they can get Smoothie. They got the pullback from JJ. A lot of damage. The burst from Paddlestar not there. Assassinated by JJ. Smoothie, unfortunately, not tanky enough to get through that pike.
Blaber getting caught out a lot there. That pike Q was incredibly clutch in coming into that kill and following up for the second kill. When you have a Trundle, you have to be wary of all these places, and you have to get your wards down in advance.
Does kind of stop a little bit of the pressure of Cloud9 from being able to keep putting up damage onto these turrets, and now
Paranoia.
the Paranoia on to Shiro. He was able to beautifully jump over the wall. Blast Cone is not there right now, but he is not threatened by any further aggression of FlyQuest. They do back off, as the rest of FlyQuest aren't in the position. They want to see if they can take down some of these towers, get some gold back before they go for the full 5v5 fights once again.
But this is the thing that we've worried about with Nocturne. His paranoias just aren't doing anything. Especially against a Riven, you have to be so cautious to stack your CC, use that Lulu ult Wild Growth, as well as the Lulu Silence in order to make sure Riven doesn't get away. Going on to Riven is incredibly risky at this point, and I feel like that was a big mistake out of FlyQuest.
Shiro constantly shoving in these waves. Peckinwolf had to cancel the back, did not want to get dove by this Riven, who is very scary at the moment. The rest of Cloud9 still pressuring top side of the map. Vision control was there for FlyQuest. They did a great job realizing where the play was and how Cloud9 were not in a position to be able to answer. But now that they've kind of went for the back trying to get some items, and with the Baron spawning up, Cloud9 realized that they need to get control of the map.
Early Barons have been just such an important part of Cloud9 Academy's strategy. When you look at it, especially in that game 2 of the semifinals when they faced FlyQuest Academy last, that 20-minute Baron was what slid the game a little bit further, but they weren't able to close it out. I feel like if they can get a little more vision control, they might look for that play.
Onda build that Duskblade on to Nocturne, going for the full damage. He really wants to be able to assassinate Sneaky or Jensen in these fights. But as long as Smoothie keeps doing his job of protecting everyone, getting some beautiful disengaged knockups, I don't see too much happening, but here comes the call of the Fort God, trying to see if they can stop Shiro. Onda on the other side of the wall, and Shiro realizes that the ward to spot him out. He wants to see if he can jump over. Beautiful jump, but here comes the paranoia. Is it going to be able to turn around from Shiro? A lot of damage, but not enough. Onda picks up the kill, but the fact that the Nocturne was bought, it's going to be the turn onto the Baron coming in for Cloud9.
Meanwhile, though, fight happening.
And it's going to be Jensen trying to see if he can body block for a little bit of time. They're trying to flash forward the assassination onto Jensen, but the re-engage coming in. JJ low. Finally, Sneaky picks up his
on the backside
to flash away. Here comes the flash in return from Eri. He has a lot of damage, and it's going to be the kill onto Sneaky as FlyQuest, they fight back. They say, Cloud9, you might have been winning early, but we're going to be taking over.
You have to worry about not one, but two assassins on the side of FlyQuest Academy. Yes, the Nocturne was bot side with the paranoia used, but Pyke is still a menace, and Zoe can't get caught out here.
Blaber, he wants to make a hero play at the moment. He wants to see if he can steal away that Baron. As Sneaky doing his little bit for now. It's just the Ghost. Trying to see if he can disengage a little bit, and Blaber respecting that. There's too much damage from FlyQuest, but here comes a teleport in from Shiro. They want to keep putting the pressure on, and FlyQuest, they're forced to disengage. They don't want to fight into Shiro, and they get off of the Baron. Here we go black for a second. We're back up, and then, wait, did FlyQuest start back up the Baron? No, okay.
No. Full disengage coming in from both sides, figuring that there was actually not enough damage coming in from FlyQuest Academy, and that is another weakness of the comp.
Yeah, so let's take a look at that play. It started off from a good assassination of JJ.
Yep, JJ gets that assassinate, isn't able to use the reset fully, unfortunately, but he doesn't really need to because he already got the kill, and because of that, we saw just a snowball effect coming in.
Honestly, it was a great call from FlyQuest where they kind of read the fact that Cloud9 went a little bit too greedy on to the Baron, thinking that they would be able to burst down before Onda could rotate. Unfortunately, for the side of Cloud9 Academy, they were caught a little bit with their pants down, but they're able to battle back. Good teleport from Shiro. Delayed and forced the Baron to be backed off by FlyQuest. So now they're trying to see if they can reset. Gold has been shrunk a little bit, so it's only a 2,000 gold lead for Cloud9 Academy.
That was a lot of great plays. It's unfortunate that FlyQuest Academy couldn't capitalize off it because their comp just isn't meant for taking Baron unless they get a really good Ghost out of it. And quite frankly, there's just no one that they can target on that Mordekaiser role. You could get the Brand, I guess, but that's not going to provide enough damage without his spells.
Third Mountain Drake. Cloud9 want to pick it up. They're going to be heavily in the lead with taking down some of these objectives, especially around the Baron where they really want to play around. They want to see if they can take that down as quickly as possible, and 3 Mountain Drake's really going to facilitate that.
The 3 Mountain Drakes, they can just shove onto this mid and get priority in the lane so that they can go to Baron. They have extra Baron damage from those dragons as well, so they have all the cards right now. They just need to push their vision advantage and keep going on to their objectives.
Cloud9 looking for more vision control. Smoothie definitely can tell that he's trying to take control of the map. He's telling Cloud9 where they need to rotate. They're all going together now. As Shiro, he's going towards bot side just to clear out these minion waves and try to see if they can set up a push, a slow push at least, going in towards the tower and forcing No onto the bottom side of the map.
Yes, neither of them have teleport right now, so it's very important to make sure you get the people where you need them to be. You want to make sure that you get people out of position, and right now, no one is actually challenging Shiro, so this is a play from FlyQuest Academy going in.
Here comes the paranoia on to Jensen. A lot of damage with the Wild Growth to help out Smoothie. Pretty low, knocked up by the Call of the Forge God. Blaber doing his best to turn it around, but that's going to be the stopwatch caught by Anda. Knocked, bounce around. Going to be the kill onto Blaber. Anda barely surviving as Sneaky is forced away by the ghost of his former teammate, as the rest of FlyQuest have now gained control of the river.
And now you have that ghost that we were talking about. Now that you have the Trundle Ghost, which is the best option you can possibly have, you can push onto objectives as much as you want. They can get the vision control now, and they can go for the Baron if they so decide.
Pick back, Sneaky, forced to use a little bit of damage, but he's taken pretty low. Exhaust comes in, and a kill for Peckinwolf. JJ so low, Ignite not going to be able to pick it up as Blaber was taking the tower, the ghost of him, that is. The tower will be finished off, getting their first structure of the game and giving a little bit more gold, almost taking the gold lead for FlyQuest.
All of this was precipitated by that rotation by Shiro, who did not have teleport going on the bot side.
And look at this play. Sneaky wanted to see if he can go for the wave clear, but the fact that he showed that it was just him and Smoothie made it easy for this engage from FlyQuest.
And we were talking about how Ornn didn't actually rotate there. He stayed in the mid lane, was able to use Call of the Forge God because he was in range, and from there, got 2 kills and an additional 2.
Blaber trying to see if they can stop this Baron down to less than 50% health. They can get onto this. If he can make this deal with the smite, it would be huge for the side of FlyQuest. Here comes Shiro with a lot of damage. They're forcing out the members of FlyQuest. They're already getting a little bit more damage. Blaber still holding on to his life. Shiro getting a huge stun onto all 5 members. They're turning it around. FlyQuest want to pick up these kills. They're going to go right onto Airy. 1 shield left. 1 more hit. It's going to be Shiro continuing the chase. It's Peckinwolf was finished off on the other side by Sneaky. That is going to be only the sole survivor of Anda from FlyQuest remaining. Somehow, Cloud9 Academy turn it around. Shiro with the godlike plays.
Shiro is the linchpin of this strategy right now because of how much MR is being built by FlyQuest Academy. When he comes in big.
And that is a huge play. Look at this flank. Blaber still survived through this whole fight. And the fact that they got the 5-man stun from Shiro is clutch in that fight.
It's all this big AD that comes in from Riven, who has been able to split push and has that 60 CS lead. You can see it working right here now that she has the Tiamat as well as the Death's Dance, getting 3 kills just because of her AD.
With the Baron throw, the Dignitas style out of FlyQuest gives a lot of pressure that Cloud9 were losing on the map. They were starting to cede a lot of that, but now 2 towers already taken down and jumping a huge amount up. 6,000 now in favor of Cloud9 Academy.
Baron allows you to get so many things. They're pushing structures correctly, and now that Shiro has the teleport, they have the option to get the 4-1 split push going. Now that all the members are up, they are moving towards the mid lane. Dragon spawning, not for a little bit, but once that goes up...
Oh...
That is a Sonya's, so it's not a stopwatch.
That's a feels bad moment no matter what, though. The fact that he unfortunately used that, and thankfully, Cloud9 don't know that, but if there's a fight that happens soon... Yikes.
Yikes.
Yikers.
Indeed.
That's a yikers.
And as we're saying yikes, it's getting more and more dire. Cloud9 Academy now pushing up the mid lane with their Baron. The wave clear is still good, though.
They already have the slow push on the top side of the map that has to be answered by FlyQuest as well, with Shiro looking to see if they can force in this bottom lane, get all 3 lanes pushing in, forcing FlyQuest into a 1-3-1 situation where Shiro will be able to take anybody who comes near him.
Yeah, Shiro's going to have a lot of options here, especially with his teleport up. And No also has his teleport up. His Call of the Forge God is going to be instrumental in this defense. If FlyQuest Academy can get a really good 3-man at least knock-up onto Cloud9 Academy, then I feel like there's still a fight potential. This is a very close game. The 6K or 7K now gold lead that's coming in may not mean as much if FlyQuest can do it.
4 members went bot side to deal with that banner of command minion that was put down by Blaber, leaving mid lane open.
That was a
free inhibitor. This is going to be the attempted re-engage coming in from FlyQuest. Triple knockup, but no one in position to get turned back around. No had to flash away after Smoothie engaged, and Shiro is pressuring onto JJ, who wants to get the flank as the flash from Jensen got a little bit more damage, but only onto the tanks. They want to get JJ. Look how low he's now. Got hit by the Sleepy Time Trouble Bubble, but has to get out of there, barely holding onto his life as the inhibitors are falling down. Got mid, got the tower in bot, and they'll be able to get that bot inhibitor as well.
They might even want to go for the end here based on how many inhibitors. They've got minions, they still got the Baron, and damn it!
Wolf takes 1 Q from Jensen. The pullback from JJ isn't really helping. Beautiful body block by JJ as Shiro. He jumped forward onto Airy, has to get away from Onda, doesn't want to get feared. The drawback on to Smoothie, not really going to help. They already lost their tank. JJ's too low, he's burning. He has to flash away. That was 2 ults hit onto him, but it's going to be the sparkles of Jensen to pick up the final kill. The Nexus towers are going down. The Nexus is down to 50%. The Tempton re-engage from Onda with the paranoia, but he's under his
Not
mountain.
going in.
He doesn't want it. Beckenwolf trying to see if he can delay for as long as he can with the polymorph, but it's only going to need 1 more
Shiro!
knockup. Shiro picks up the final kill of the game as Cloud9 Academy, they come out strong.
Cloud9 Academy used their comp so well. Once they hit their item spikes on the Zoe, on the Brandon, on the Riven, you had so many options available, and they just exploded at around the 20-minute mark.
Well, this is what we're talking about with the current meta. The moment you get ahead, it is a snowball out of control for whichever team it was, and honestly, it came to that Baron. We talked about how that Baron play really was Dignitas style for FlyQuest, unfortunately, but the win of Cloud9 really was off the back of that.
Yes, indeed, and we can see the clouds lighting up. That was a victory for Cloud9 Academy.
Exactly.
Very good play by them, and I feel like the draft phase was an incredible victory for them.
Yeah, I mean, we look at pretty much their draft, how it really went, and it was the early pick Zoe, which kind of surprised me. I expected them to go for something more akin to maybe the Yasuo, which we've been seeing a lot more often. Maybe even going for that early pick on to Trundle, but they went Zoe first pick. And look at this. We got the members coming in, joining us. Man, you guys
Come on in.
wanna... Oh, yeah, that's my phone. You could just kick it on the floor.
We were just playing some trivia before you got here.
Yeah. Well, we were trying to.
Well, we're trying to.
Yeah.
You know, Arena. Great app. One of my favorites.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's free.
It's free.
Hey, guys, welcome in. So can you hear us all right?
Yep. Just
Yeah,
waiting
wait, I
for
can't
everyone
hear
to
you
get
guys.
on.
Wait a minute.
Hello.
And there they are.
Hello.
Cloud9 Academy,
Hello.
everyone.
Okay, now I'm hearing them. Perfect.
Welcome
I
to the
just want to
screen.
make sure that I heard them all, because at first I didn't hear you guys. I was like, wait, where'd you guys go? All right, guys. So that game was interesting. So we were just talking about the Dignitas, FlyQuest play around Varen that happened. So let's go with Blaber on what you thought of that play coming in from FlyQuest.
Well, we knew they couldn't actually do Baron because before when they were doing it, it took them so long to actually do it. So we were just going to TP or come in with Riven and just kill them.
Yeah.
But we probably should have lost that game if they didn't grief. Like the
Well,
Baron.
it was a little bit on them overextending, but also I got to give Shiro a lot of credit on the 5-man stun on that Riven. That really was what turned that fight into the mayhem that favored you guys.
It was pretty good. I just first I wanted to kill Lulu, but I ended up getting trolled by my jungler. I got pillared into the pit and I couldn't walk out for some reason. But yeah, it was pretty
Well,
good.
you're Riven. You can jump over it.
Yeah, but I used my spells to jump on Lulu.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
So,
Unlucky.
so now I do want to kind of talk a little bit about the draft. We were kind of starting to get onto that. So I know you guys, your thoughts on Nocturne coming in from any team, where even if it was last pick, it was still an interesting pick coming in from FlyQuest. What do you guys, just go over a little bit, because weren't able to tell everyone what you guys think of the Nocturne pick.
I mean, I think Nocturne's been coming into the meta right now. Like, LCK's playing it. You saw, like, Rush playing it. I think it's pretty good right now. It does a lot of damage, and the ulti is really disruptive. Like, they played it really well with this comp. Like, Pyke and Nocturne can just do whatever they want in, like, River. And, like, the last fight where Shiro carried the fight with Blaber, I didn't even see the fight.
Right? I was like, where was the fight?
I don't remember anything.
I'm just dead. Me and Sneaky were just dead, I think, and I didn't see anything.
Well, I was actually going to ask you, I'll just talk about that really quick, is Pyke being picked. So I know you've been playing it a little bit smoothly, but unfortunately you didn't get to pick it today. So the Alistar is, do you feel like that's really still a strong pick in the current meta, or is it just more like comfort for you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, both. I'm really comfortable in it, for one, and right now there's a lot of bruisers in the meta, and you can play it with ADC, like regular ADCs too, so it just fits both styles, and the champ is just really good for, you know, just having a tank on the team and just having that big meatball in front of your team, you know?
Yeah, true. I mean, you had yourself and Trundle, so that's about all the tankiness. Otherwise, it was pure damage and Brand.
I was actually kind of sad because normally when I play Brand, I can like 1v9 team fights, but I either was not there because, you know, Nocturne ulted and I was dead before, or just something else happened. So I got like way lower damage than I wanted that game.
It was actually kind of funny because I was going to mention it in the cast where you were 0-0-1, I think all the way up to like 19 minutes. You didn't get your first kill into that big team fight.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, that's That's unfortunate.
Yeah, he has a lot of kill pressure though. He's really fun to play. I mean, he feels really good in the meta where there's so many people stacking up in the melees that it's just the ulti bounces everywhere.
Yeah, that is true. That's a lot of fun. That's why I used to play it a lot support back when it was really like the flavor of the month. But everyone now thinks I'm trolling when I play it, and I feel sad. But anyways, going back onto the pick. So how do you kind of feel playing something like Brand as opposed to going for the more traditional marksmen that were dominating for so long?
Well, honestly, like I actually used to play a lot of Brand in like season 2. That was like my main mid pick. So I'm kind of practiced on it since then, but
Well, you don't want to leak too many strengths. I mean, people are watching. So it's like-
yeah, I mean, it's definitely weird because you know I've been playing 80 carries for like 6-7 years or something,
Right.
just the longest time, and now it's just shifted towards not only 80 carries, and it's like a totally different playstyle. I mean, I kind of know how to play it just because it's, you know, skill shots,
Right.
and I mean sometimes it's a little different. Like I think FLYa is probably one of the hardest for me to learn right now because I don't really know when I can go in and like how much damage I do, but with all the other stuff that's been coming out, like bruisers and stuff, it feels pretty fun and just like relaxing, refreshing to play, besides 80 carries. And I mean,
Yeah.
I really do enjoy 80 carry. Like that's why I chose the role of bot lane. It's because I want to play 80 carries.
But you can't scale up anymore. That's kind of what it's become. Like that game, what was that, 23 minutes? Was, I think, the clock at the end? Like once you guys got the Baron, you just kind of snowballed.
Was
and-
that
Yeah.
short?
Yeah,
Felt like
it was short.
It was
Felt
very
like a
short.
super long Fiesta game to me.
The first like 15 minutes were like, you know, dragging on. There weren't that many kills. The moment that Baron Fiesta happened, it was just like, just ended. And so Jensen, you're gonna be the last person I'm gonna ask about the pick. Zoe first pick. Zoe's one of the few like actual mid laners that's kind of remained as opposed to going for more of these bruisers. So I was surprised that you picked it so early.
I mean, Zoe has just been really strong for like a few patches now. It's genuinely like banned in solo queue all the time, so it's just an overall strong pick right now, and it doesn't really have any like hard counters or anything, so it's just a safe and good pick.
True. Yeah, that's a good point. Just try to get something safe early so you're not showing too many strats. So let's now switch a little bit of our focus over to FlyQuest Academy and kind of what you guys think. I mean, I think we all know what won that game, but let's talk about the draft a little bit so that we can kind of get to the point of that Baron play that we all have been talking about so much. So Mordekaiser. Ari's been playing a lot of Mordekaiser, but you guys felt confident just giving that over to him. Like, I just am curious as to the reasoning behind that. Is it just you didn't feel threatened by it?
I didn't even know he played Mordekaiser.
We did pretty bad against Brand too. So,
Okay.
like, we were really confident playing Brand against Mordekaiser. We didn't really, like, we were really scared of it.
Okay, so and you weren't. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, it's there. Because I've just done a lot of extensive notes, and I was able to find his solo queue, and he's played, I think, in the past week, like 14 games on Mordekaiser. He's just been spamming the crap out of that. But at the same time, if you have something that can counter it and not have to worry about it too much, not too much of a threat, and then Ornn for no, something that you're kind of used to playing into.
No.
No?
I mean, Riven's pretty good into one, I think. I haven't, like, been playing Riven too much, but I feel like if you get TM out on Riven, you just hard shove 24/7, or just, like, hard stuck on her tower.
Yeah.
He has to, like, just catch the wave on the tower or, like, sack the wave and do something.
I was kind of sad, though. No Aatrox.
Yeah.
No, not this time.
Not this
Riven.
time.
Riven was a fun one, though. That was a fun one to be able to watch. And then the Lulu pick was the other thing that kind of stuck out to me a little bit, because that's something that has been really popular, especially in Korea, where you kind of see Lulu, Taric, you go for even the Nunu, you know, jungle, just to try to have these hyper-scaling things. Is that kind of what you think FlyQuest were going for? And was that why, Blaber, you focused on mid a lot?
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to get mid prio, I guess, this game. Because Nocturne can just ult mid whenever, and I kind of need to protect him from it. But pre-6, I didn't really go mid that much, I don't think.
No, it was the level 6 where you, I think in like a span of like 3 minutes you went mid every single minute.
I need to walk.
I think that was when my flash was down, right?
It was.
Yeah. Because if I don't have flash and Nocturne ults me, I'm just dead.
Yeah, you played really safe, and we were talking about how far back you were playing for that reason. And he even tried to ult you all the way under the tower.
Yeah, that one was really confusing. Like I was like, holy, this guy just wanted me. So
he wanted
annoying.
you so bad.
He just kills himself to kill me. Like,
But you were so healthy. I don't understand that play at all. I was just like, wait.
He was getting pissed.
he was not having
that seemed personal, not gonna lie.
That's what it was. It was purely personal from Onda. He was just like, nah, I got to show you guys. He's the other LCS guy coming into this with you three. He's joining you guys, unfortunately. Or fortunately, because you guys got the win. So, must feel good playing Brand, getting the win.
Yeah. It's
So,
a good time.
Good time. Good times. Good times. Quick games, though. That's the only thing for this. It's kind of quick games where it's not. You don't get to enjoy it as much. You just have one fight that happens. So now we can talk a little bit about what happened after the Baron, because we talked about it a lot. And just, you guys rotated beautifully. It's really quick, where you had Shiro, you were pressuring the side waves, trying to make sure that you get the minion controls so that they can push in. Plus, with Blaber having gone for the banner of command for the team, made it really easy. And honestly, it just seemed like FlyQuest were caught out on what they wanted to do. So usually, Smoothie, I know you like to do a lot of the shot calling. Was that kind of like something you were trying to set up?
Oh, I mean, we knew that Shiro was super strong after the Baron fight. He got like, 3 kills, and no one could really match him. So we had to play 2 lanes because their engage was really strong with Nocturne and Ornn. So we kind of want to play more grouped up together. And eventually they gave us a distance to like engage, and we just want to fight. So we win a fight, and then the game's over because we have Triple Mountain. The base just drops.
Triple Mountain. You have Riven, who's absolutely fed. You have Brand in the back line just to throw out a Pyroplasm here and there if you need to. All the while, I will say, Smoothie, you did have some great knockups to disengage. There's that one fight around the dragon where you're able to get the 3-man knockup, and it actually stopped it so that way Blaber could easily turn onto the mountain dragon, get your second win of the game. So it was just it seemed really well played from all of you guys, where the early game was a little bit of a struggle. You had a little bit of that throw coming in right before the Baron, where you guys tried to go for the Dignitas-style Baron throw.
Yep.
But thankfully, it wasn't that bad. It was only minor. So it wasn't too bad. Dignitas might be dead, but they're still alive in our hearts. That's how it is for me. I miss them. Just because I miss the memes. But guys, so it does seem like we're going to switch over to who we think is the MVP for the game. So I think we'll go around the horn, see who everyone thinks. So
Santorin. He was my vote. We had the thing prepped for it. Unfortunately, he did not show up today.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Sneaky, Santorin, that's your vote? Yeah?
Let me think.
Yeah?
Yeah, rated producers. It could be anyone.
I would have given it to Scuttle Crab, if anything.
I'll give it to Shiro. He played pretty well.
Shiro? All right, Shiro.
I couldn't see him play well, but
Yeah.
I was not grilled.
He'll get my vote too.
All right, so we got 2 for Shiro. Shiro, you do have to vote for someone else, so I can't vote for yourself.
Guess I'll vote for.
Well,
Jensen?
no. He's a Riven main. He's allowed to vote for himself.
Oh, I
No,
can't vote for
that's not how it works. In fact, you should lose a vote automatically for playing Riven.
Okay. Noted.
Probably vote for Jensen since
Okay.
he did most damage.
Okay, so we got Jensen.
1v9?
1v9. All right, Cage.
I'm going to have to give it to Shiro. That
Shiro?
completely turned the game.
Smoothie.
It's pretty close. Like Blaber did most of the early game, and then Shiro just ended up carrying that later on. So
So you want to give like a half vote to each of them?
I gotta get to Blaber.
Okay,
yeah,
Blaber, okay.
Shiro played well, but like Blaber started the snowball, so
That's true.
yeah.
I really think Sneaky deserves it.
All right. Sneaky with the
Sneaky was in his game.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
From the bot lane this game, we secured 3 dragons, 1 got done. I really think that was all Sneaky's work. So
Yeah.
That's true.
All
I
Sneaky.
probably had the highest objective damage for sure.
Probably as a brand.
Yes.
That's weird. Sounds like when I play AD brand, but that you shouldn't ever do. Ever. Anyways, Shiro, you win the MVP for today. Congratulations on that one. You did you did a great job.
Poggers.
So woo! Yeah. You don't actually win anything unless you want a piece of paper from the notebook.
No thanks.
Okay, that's right. I didn't think you'd actually want it, so that's why I didn't rip it out yet. I was just like, I like this notebook. I don't want to ruin it yet. So, congratulations on that, you guys. And then looking over, I'd say what was the play of the game you kind of looked at as to why that game went your way, but I'm pretty sure I know what it is. But anyways, let's do it anyway, Sneaky. So what was the play of the game?
I'm pretty sure it's just the Baron defense.
Baron
that
defense?
Shiro did.
Defense.
Yeah, well, we didn't see anything that happened.
Actually, I couldn't see that much either. It's
Were
like-
you just like checked out?
I saw like 4 people. I pressed W, ended up hitting 5. Like, what? Pretty confused actually.
Just a lot of damage, just nuke them down, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, sweet. I guess I get a bunch of kills now.
Mordekaiser had a really clutch Zonias that unfortunately
Oh
you guys
yeah,
did
you
not
guys
see
didn't
on
see the Zonias that
observers.
happened right before. You guys got the Baron, went back, and Eri pushed, like going towards blue buff, pushed Zonias.
Oh, by accident, yeah.
Unlucky.
Yeah, it was
We've all
unlucky.
been there.
So that last fight, he didn't have the Zonias up for that, so it was like, oof, big oof. So Smoothie.
I think the biggest play of the game was when me and Blaber went in river and just both died. That's pretty good. And then they almost got Baron off of it.
Almost. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, was that the first or second attempt?
I think that was the second one.
Second attempt, okay.
I can't remember, but
There's
so
a
many.
lot.
I have
Yeah,
no
it
idea.
was.
I don't know what happened.
There's too many getting caught.
It was like a good
Too many
3
times.
minutes of just what is going on. I don't even know.
Yeah, it was the same from our perspective.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm glad I'm not alone on that one. I feel a little bit more like I was actually there, but I wasn't. I was here.
Yeah.
All right, Blaber.
Probably when I bannered bot and they decided to give up mid at him to send. That did happen.
That was a good one too.
We were really confused. And,
They're just all 4. We see 4 members go bot. We're like, you're going for the banner of command minion?
They didn't even kill it. They spotted it and just left.
Yeah. So it was definitely a weird thing. I just want to check really quick. Mark, do we have highlights? Yeah. Sweet. Let's go through the highlights. So this is the first kill, I believe first blood onto Airy, actually, where it was really just good positioning from you, Blaber, not showing yourself until you just wanted to go full in and then sneaky flashing to make sure to get the stun.
Yes. We knew he had no flash, and we followed up.
this is the MVP play right here.
MVP, that's the MVP
That's
play.
me.
That's,
Well played, guys.
wait, I'm pretty sure we have some of the really good ones, the really interesting plays
Yep.
we see. Like this one right here was where I believe.
Ooh, Smoothie.
Oh, yeah,
That's
it's
the
me.
Smoothie.
It's
Oh,
me.
yeah. Yeah, this is you
I'd
getting
like to
caught
credit
up.
this one to no mid missing. You know, when there's mid difference is that much, I can't do much about this one.
I'm pretty sure I saw the ping though. I don't know. And this is the dragon fight we were talking about earlier, where we got Smoothie. You actually had a really good disengage right there with the 3-man knockup.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit too early, but we ended up ribbing flashing on him, and then we have brand ulti, so it worked out at the end, but it could have been bad, maybe.
Could have been bad, but you got the dragon off it at the end of the day, and then
Sure.
Shiro having some really good dodges here, just forcing so much pressure out of FlyQuest, and I believe this is where you guys then turned for the Baron afterwards.
Did you,
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, the
You die
first
here?
Baron attack.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you died.
Shiro's comms where I cannot get 1v2'd here.
And then proceeds to get 1v2.
And then
Unlucky.
Jensen.
Okay.
Then we die.
Yeah, you die.
I died.
Sneaky, I think he flashes over to get you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's feels bad
I
right
don't
there.
know. Pike is just overpowered champion.
Yeah,
Coming
unfortunate.
in.
He doesn't have any AP ratios.
And
and it
then
really
another one.
Is
upsets
this
me.
another Jensen getting caught?
Yeah, this
Ooh.
is where you miss the
Oh,
minions trying to
beautiful.
clear it, and then they're like, oh wait, we can kill him.
Yeah. Bit of a throw.
It was rough, and you almost got the kill on the Onda too. Look at how little health he had. I'm like, oh, that's awful.
Feels bad, man.
Yep, and this
Oh, here it
is
is.
yeah,
This is the Baron play.
Baron play.
Oh,
This is the one we've
I
been
can actually
waiting
see
for.
this now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you see?
I see it now, too.
Yeah, you see? That's why I went crazy.
Pretty good.
I was like, wait, you just hit all 5 members up. Holy crap.
That is a their Riven as opposed to a your Riven right there.
Yep.
Ooh.
This is why I'm not allowed to play Riven ever. So, it's okay. It's okay. And here, you, yeah, I think the Zonios was still on cooldown, just about to come out before Airy, but he just didn't even want to go in.
Yep, the big paranoia.
I don't even know why the paranoia was used there. Was it just
End
more
of game. I would
just be like,
assume.
oh, just you can't chase Beckenwolf, and then Shiro's like, no, I can. I can kill him. Don't worry. Was that the comms too? Like, don't end the game.
Please don't end the game.
Yeah,
I need
knew
this
it.
kill.
I knew it. I'm like, please don't end the game. I need this kill. My KDA needs to look that much better.
Yep.
KDA player, truly.
Yep.
Even when losing, just gonna go for the KDA.
And I'm playing Riven, so
Yeah.
That's
No.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Got to always go for the KDA whenever possible. So, guys, I believe now, Mark. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so you guys are free to go and relax for a bit, get some drinks, because we have a little bit of time until we have our arena trivia that we're going to be playing to try to win free monies. So
I like free money.
I know, so do
Free
I.
money.
I love free money.
And I love trivia.
It's like when you are walking like down the street and you see a quarter, like, ooh, a quarter. But it actually has no value anymore because quarters are worthless.
Well, this is more like you're walking down the street, you see a quarter, and then a wizard pops up and is like, answer these questions 3!
And then I walk away because that's a lot of effort. I'm
That
not
is.
going to answer questions. Wait, that's what trivia is. Never mind, I'm going to answer questions.
On the Arena app.
Yeah.
Available now on iPhones.
So yeah, you guys can feel free. It's got a while, so we're going to kind of be hanging out for a bit. So we don't want to keep you the whole time in case you want to get something to drink because you guys just played your game. Probably tired. Unless you want to hang out with us and talk about random things.
Love to, but I have business to go.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's fine. Go. You're fine. We're giving
for
you the
coming by,
pass.
guys.
We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Yep. See ya.
So there we go. All right. So now, and then there were 2.
Yes, there are.
All right, guys. So, what do we talk about now?
Oh, we have 37 minutes of material, luckily.
All right. So,
Oh, we're not using that? Okay, Mark confirmed that we are not allowed to use my 37-minute stand-up special.
we're definitely not allowed to do that.
Oh.
No one wants to hear those jokes. We're already getting some cringes from those.
Oh,
Yeah,
rough.
you don't want to get the cringe.
Absolutely rough.
Yeah. So, okay. So let's see. We were told good luck on to fill this time. So, let's see.
Looking at my notes
All right,
here.
I guess we can talk about the games.
We could.
We just watched the League of Legends games, exciting ones. So we should probably talk about those.
We should absolutely talk about those.
Yeah. So let's talk about what went well for FlyQuest, because we kind of were with the boys talking about how they did a great job punishing the mistakes coming in from FlyQuest, but at the same time, they did make their mistakes as well. Cloud9 had the first Baron throw. It was one of many that would come in within the next 3 minutes, but they were the ones who started off when Shiro got caught on the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, that was a little bit of overconfidence. Yes, you saw 2 people down bot, and that allowed your 4 to go to Baron. However, there was still a teleport of no.
Yeah. So the teleport had just been coming up. So they were able to get that off cooldown right as he was able to die. And then Onda, because the fight dragged out for so long, was able to rotate up and be a part of the fight, which was really crucial. The fact that he was able to get the kill on the Shiro bot side of the map, the side of Cloud9 weren't able to get the Baron quick enough, and then the rest of the members, both No and Onda, were able to collapse back onto the Baron. But then we had the next throw, where it was a FlyQuest attempting to go onto the Baron, and it was the teleport from Shiro that scared them off.
But as we were talking about Cloud9, the Team FlyQuest Academy just didn't have any damage on the Baron. They didn't have those Earth Dragons that Cloud9 Academy had secured. They didn't have an 80 carry that could properly damage it, and they didn't have a Ghost even from Mordekaiser that could help take out the Baron.
Exactly. So it was just a little bit of overconfidence coming in from the side of FlyQuest, where they really thought they could, but unfortunately it was too early. They didn't have the stats required to burst it down quick enough, and the fact that Shiro had died so early on into that fight, he could teleport back in. The members of FlyQuest were low enough where if he had gotten into that fight there, that could have been the earlier cleanup and maybe even a sooner win for Cloud9. So then, honestly, it becomes back and forth at that point, because Cloud9, I think, attempted to go for the Baron once more, weren't able to get it. FlyQuest go for the Baron themselves, and that was the throw where it was a great engage from Shiro, getting the knock-up onto many members. So, honestly, it's one of those things where it was really crazy, but guys, I think we're going to throw into some arena games so that we can show you the trivia app a little bit, so that way we can kind of give you a preview of what to expect, the kind of trivia that you'll see. Usually it starts off with a couple easy questions to kind of get you a little bit used to how it's going to play out, and then it gets more and more difficult. That way you're feeling really smart. So make sure that you're downloading the free app on your phone so that way you can play, because when we get the boys back, we're all going to be playing that arena app. So make sure you have it. Free money.
Free.
As much as we have to say free, we will say it.
Yep.
So don't worry about
Download
that,
the
guys.
app. Arena.
Download it.
Authentic.
We get ready for our game that we're going to be able to show you. Remember, this is all sponsored by Arena, the free app that you can download on your phone. So I don't know what kind of trivia we're going to be in for ourselves, but
you can win money. That's what I know about it.
Yeah, I know we can win money. And that's huge. The fact that you can play trivia and win money, I love that.
Yeah. And you know what? Trivia, money.
Look at that little cinematic. It's like
it's really pretty.
Deja vu.
Yeah. Definitely some initial D coming in.
Yep, exactly.
Unfortunately, they could not get the licensing.
Gotta turn on the gas.
Deja vu.
No one said I can sing, so it's okay.
What is up, everybody?
Hi.
I'm back, baby.
Are you?
He's back.
He's back.
Yep.
I don't know.
I missed him.
Did you?
No, I haven't actually seen him before.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I'm back.
Let me get my phone.
I was in San Antonio for the NCAA Final Four.
Unfortunately, I can't get on my phone, so we will be a team competing with some trivia.
My heart.
Yep,
It's good to be back. I'm your host, Jason Zone Fisher, and it's time to get into the arena. We play with teams here in the arena called mobs. You got to join a mob if you want to play. No arguments. That's just how it works.
Wow.
Today,
prize
it's a
pool.
battle
Super
between
exciting.
two of
That's
the
pretty cool.
world's most famous
That's a huge prize pool, actually.
All right, so what happened? Oh no.
Joel? Nope, not going to make the same joke twice.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's fine.
All right.
That's fine.
So we're just, that was too easy for us, so we're
Paul,
actually going to
take it
switch
away.
it over. Yep. Thank you, Paul. So we have named the clouds here. We were talking about it.
A couple of them.
Yeah,
That's Paul. He's not really thrilled to be here. He's just kind of here. And then you got Neville. Neville's thrilled to be here. That one.
Very, very happy.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's in frame. Yeah, he is in frame. He's right next to my head.
Yeah, that's one. He's right there. It's kind of green right
Yep,
now.
right there.
Okay, yeah, okay. So, guys, we're going to be throwing up a video really shortly. The team will be back at 7:15 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. So, guys, make sure that you're coming back so you can play that. We're going to be all downloading it for free on our phones because it's the free Arena app that you can play
Win
trivia
money.
to win money. Exactly. So it's a lot of fun. Something that we should be able to at least get into once the players are back here. So yeah, I think we're throwing over to the video. Sweet.
There it is.
I say like name, comments, whatever.
I love how Reaper just excessively causes every stance XD. That's what I'm saying.
Dustin, right. The real question is, how is Jensen so
Sorry, we're laughing. We're laughing at
Our producer is yelling hold.
I don't really go on.
It's all
yes,
funny
yes,
games.
laughing with you,
Ross
Mark.
the Darkened,
100% laughing
Having
with you.
fun.
Best hair award, 10 out of 10. I mean, there's some pretty nice hair in the league.
That is some
Comes
nice
to, like,
hair.
Videos,
It is.
some pretty
I
nice
like that hair.
I was actually
Like,
trying to
VXN,
do that at one
pretty
point.
nice hair.
Then I
Yeah.
realized how expensive
I
it would be.
think-
Well, it's
I think I'm up there.
expensive, but I just don't like having a long hair like that.
Licorice is hot.
Licorice is hot.
That's true.
I agree with that one. Thank
I don't
you.
know. I haven't ever felt him, so I don't know how
These are the
hot or
kind of
cold he
comments
is.
that I like to see.
Next one is lol, this sneaky guy is.
Having fun on the stream, guys, because I certainly am.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Huh.
I'm curious what the context was.
I didn't hear what that one
Maybe
was,
maybe
unfortunately.
my hair was
I didn't
bad.
either.
Yeah.
I was
My
also
hair's
busy
bad
looking at
now.
you, so I couldn't
No.
read the
Oh, I know. Everyone's too busy looking at me. It's understandable.
the curse.
I know.
I
When I
used
have to live
think
with
you
every
were a
day.
trash person, and
People
after
are like, God, I
seeing
can't believe someone's
this
that
video,
ugly.
I still think you're a trash
Ooh.
person.
I'm like, yes, it's okay.
Thanks a lot.
Not about
Thanks a
Svenskeren.
lot.
Hell yeah, Westrise can serve these kids up all day mechanically. There should be a story time with Westrise video where he tells the team Reginald actually want him over Special for support, but Westrise wasn't about being the team bitch. It's true, maybe there's even a VOD somewhere. Yeah, you're right, I wasn't about that bitch life. Yeah.
DK Green 21 says, "Love you, Jensen. Your echo is one of the best in the world." Thank you.
The rookies were so shit, they should have just gave it to Nade Shot.
Ooh. Feels bad.
Yeah.
That's a feels bad right there.
Not opposed
This
to
is the
feel
first
good of
thing you
playing
see
the
when you
Arena
walk
app.
into
Available on
heaven.
iPhone now.
For free.
For free. Win money.
I mean,
Play trivia.
Nice compliment.
Nice compliment. That face, too. Look at that face. That was a great
Zeyzal
face.
is my spirit animal.
That beard.
That goes without
This one
saying.
doesn't
Yeah.
have any context.
Doesn't need any
I don't know
context
how
for
to
that.
take this
You don't
one.
need
I guess
context for
could be
that.
a good thing.
Yeah, Zeyzal.
Next comment, my looks is hot, my service streaky, because right? I'm C9a sneaky. I like that chant.
Compound memes.
Pretty good.
Love it.
Licorice is
Didn't he
so
do a
quiet.
new cosplay recently?
Alright, well, this guy's
I
not.
thought he did.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he
Defense
did.
says
I can't
that
remember
intro
what it
might
was.
have been
though.
one of the gayest.
One of the gayest and most incredible things.
Most incredible things I've ever seen.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty nice. All the other teams have like.
I don't know how I
hype
feel
stuff,
about
but,
all
we
those
just have
feathers, though.
very
They'd get everywhere. That'd be a
gay
mess to
stuff.
clean up,
It's
too.
fine.
Yeah, but it's a
Agree.
pillow fight with your friends.
I don't regret it.
And
Yeah.
isn't spending
The
time with
comment
friends
is
the most
needs
important thing?
If I'm
the
winning the
house
pillow
with
fight,
one.
yes. I have a bamboo type pillow at home.
Yeah, I
I
don't
will
really,
beat people up with that.
Get out much.
That is
I guess
solid.
technically,
I will take
when
them
I
down.
shower,
No
I
one will
leave the
fight
house
me.
'cause my
Because they
shower
will
is
lose.
outside.
To be fair, you are very tall, and it makes it
Take a
very
little-
difficult to pillow fight you.
That feeling
See, people
Russia
can't
streamed
tell 'cause
more
on the stream
recently
how
than
tall I am.
Jensen.
No.
So everyone always
But this
thinks I'm
man is
kind of-
very tall.
That's
kind of
true, 'cause
short.
I get streamed like 2
Like,
times,
yep.
and I haven't streamed for like. I feel like it's been a couple years. But
I don't
it'll be
think
this
Jensen
soon,
has
it'll be
streamed
this
because
soon.
when I was doing research to try to make sure I had everything on solo queue stuff,
James L comments.
it was really
"I feel so
difficult to
bad
find
for
it
the Riot
on
refs that have
No
to deal with
and
Cloud9."
Jensen because
Yeah.
they
I
don't
mean,
really stream.
I think
So
we're
I was
pretty
like,
good for the most part.
Good God, what do I have to do to get this?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I
make it
mean,
a
I feel
requirement.
bad for them because
Jensen should
Sneaky's being a
stream.
bitch on stage.
That'd be kind of cool.
but
I'd like to see
I
his
think
perspective
they
on
like
things.
us, so.
Yeah.
Another comment is Sneaky is the American player I respect the most. It feels like he is a really honest person. He doesn't give a fuck about what other people think of him. I think it's pretty hard to get to me. They are just like trolls rather than
Yeah, that is true.
actual
It's like Twitch chat.
intentions of trying
Ah.
to hurt me. So,
Yeah. That's
I'm kind
a,
of
Calling out
Pogger's
Twitch chat.
comment right there.
see it
Exactly.
easier and not get like triggered as fast.
No C9a fan is more toxic than Reapered. I'm not toxic at all. Honestly. Yeah, I'm very wholesome, very humble.
Very the most.
He's the most humble.
You gotta
Blah,
always say
blah,
I'm the
blah.
most humble,
I am one with
most
the column.
modest.
Comments.
Exactly.
And the
Smoothie
least
just seems like
competitive.
the nicest
He'll
guy
fight you
ever
for
who
it.
truly cares for his teammates.
I'll fight you
and
for
winning
it.
with them. He is the
On
MVP of
stream
my heart.
right now.
Aw,
Again, you're very
thanks, man.
tall.
Yeah, I
don't
know.
want to deal with it.
I do like winning with my team and winning in general.
I have long arms too.
You do.
Sven looks much happier
do
in
boxing.
C9's smiley face.
I've done
Yeah,
boxing.
that's
It's a lot of
boxing.
fun.
Pretty
I
true.
like
I'm
boxing
pretty happy
actually.
in
It's a great
C9.
workout. Like people don't realize like how fun it is to box. So
I'm gonna throw up.
what What are we watching now? This is like
some great Cloud9 content.
Like
brought to you by Cloud9
YouTube
and Arena.
YouTube videos you watch, the YouTuber reacts.
Yeah,
but this time it's just like casters react to C9.
Yeah.
If you had
Mad Magical, KJ Rage react to.
Yeah.
React to Cloud9 content.
Probably.
Is that hot sauce, lemon juice, and
just let me tweet something.
pickle juice? Oh God.
Shots to get out of it.
I'll take shots. Fuck it.
I'll take a shot.
Really?
Yeah, fuck it.
What the fuck? Okay.
Yikes. Yikers.
My Twitter says secret treasure chest.
How could you possibly want to save your Twitter that hard?
Because I don't know, like you could tweet anything, like literally anything.
They combine them.
Oh no, that's even worse.
Ooh.
Kind of imagine the pickle juice and the hot sauce.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like I'm trying to think of a flavor that combines both, and I can't.
Did you like it?
For more.
Like a little bit.
What should I change about myself?
First one, win some laning page.
First one.
Wow.
How is this fair? All right, what should I change about myself?
Oh.
Okay, I think I saw my favorite comment ever.
gym
Casters
every day.
having a sleepover in their blanket fort.
We're having fun.
Dude, I want some blankets in here. Just get that going now.
Which one
Yeah.
was
Blanket fort. That's my favorite comment I've seen of the day. I don't get to see Twitch chat too much.
No, because we've been, busy. You've been busy hosting. I've been reading it because I like reading.
That's
I see.
pretty.
I like reading, but I wasn't able to
new.
kind of focus on it.
I didn't
I
think
also like how the
about
cup
that.
just says pickle
Rate
juice
our
on it.
I know, right?
players
I think it's to
from
make it so that we can
ugliest.
tell.
Oh, okay.
Hottest to ugliest.
That's the ugly.
That one is so mean.
Okay, well, you know where
someone's
sneaky
ugly.
is. Like, that goes without saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
Hottest,
just want to
easy.
point
Yeah.
out that I think all of them are pretty high on the list. Like no one's ugly or anything. So don't worry. But we've got the fucking Abe Keith McBride at the bottom. You know, fucking put the ball in together. Zeyzal right above him. Then we've got.
Not Zeyzal.
Actually, I don't know. I really forgot what Blaber looks like. Haven't really seen him yet.
Some
I
old
seen a
content,
picture of
guys.
him. We'll
This
put
is
him here.
definitely
We'll put him
before they
third.
joined the academy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because now he
We
knows
got-
what Blaber looks like.
Yeah,
Then
he
we've
was
got
just
my
here.
boy League,
Exactly.
number 2, and Golden first. But you guys,
Okay, so
you
this
guys
is out of
all
the
look at
academy.
it.
Okay.
Okay.
Rate
Former
our
academy
academy
team.
players from hottest to ugliest.
What?
Ben, you know the answer.
Goldenglue first.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
You don't need anything
Got
else.
them golden gains, you know?
Not
Got them-
necessarily.
Have you
I'll
seen
give her
him?
a
I haven't,
blowjob
actually.
if you want
He hasn't been in the
to,
house.
No,
but
he hasn't,
not
but
really
God,
attracted to
like,
it.
just look at pictures of him. He got them gains. Like,
Oh, that's a
believe it.
real tough
Like,
one
damn.
from there.
The rest.
the rest,
Oh.
puts them all there.
Yikers.
Who would you murder on the team?
Mother on the team. Jensen?
Wow.
Because the easiest one.
Wow. Nice.
Who would you murder on the team?
Just say Jensen, because he's not gonna get the most butthurt when he hears it.
Who would you murder on the team?
Who would I murder? Sometimes my 80 carry tends to feed a lot. So, sometimes the
love
bad
this.
side of me comes out, and I want to kill him.
It's always good to see, like, the fun side of players.
Okay, we're having an earthquake. Whoa!
Oh!
No, we're not. We're lying.
I wanted to see, like, the lights go off.
Oh yeah, get the thunder.
Yeah.
Get the thunder going on.
Get the thunder, the lightning and the thunder.
Thunderbolts of lightning.
Thunder.
Very, very frightening.
The
Galileo.
thunder.
Galileo.
Oh, we're doing different songs.
Galileo
Oh.
Figaro.
Bad.
Coach from Cloud9, and thank you. Assistant coach.
Yeah, that is an old meme though.
Yeah. Ancient memes, man.
Ancient memes are sometimes really good. Wait, this is part 1. So we watched part 2.
Yeah.
This is part 1.
that most people cite as the most confusing
Who do you
movie
not
ever.
want to see on your team for solo queue?
I don't like this meta.
If you saw
Yeah.
one of us,
Alright.
who you like, shit.
Maybe we should call this a primer meta.
No, I like Wild Wild West better.
For sure.
Why?
Or
Will
magical.
Smith?
The last
Or
Twitter
magical.
DM you received.
Is, you know,
That's
it
one for my
looks like a
girlfriend.
meta developed
I
by
don't
me.
wanna
Let's be
down
honest.
about.
Or her Shinshin, because there's bruisers everywhere.
Yeah.
Wow, this one is so easy. Fuck, marry, kill, high lemon medios.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
Going back in time for content.
Interesting. Well, no, this is.
Oh, okay, this is still the same time.
This was, I think,
But just
last
asking
week.
about them.
Yeah. Just,
Elimination.
ooh.
Fuck high Mary Medias.
Let me twist something off
That's what I
your
expected from
account.
Sneaky, I'll be honest.
2 shots.
Yeah, I actually kind of expected that.
Their
To
friendship
get
just
out of it.
transcends.
Yeah, Medias and Sneaky. Kind of expected that.
Fast. Most embarrassing play that you've made
Embarrassing play?
involves an R button.
Oh.
Maybe even a key press for an activatable item.
Had a pretty embarrassing Lucian game at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know about a
We've
single
all been
play
there.
in that game.
Attempting that
was
Wasn't that
especially
into? Yeah, that was
embarrassing,
into
but,
Hooney. I was about to say, wasn't that into
maybe
Hooney?
like a,
That was
a
like
30-minute long
rough.
play from that game. It was a little bit rough, yeah.
When's the last time you lied to me? What was the lie?
Yeah, I can't really think of anything.
Puggers.
We didn't get to see what he mixed. I wanted to see what he had.
I feel like
Whatever it was that
Oh
bad.
my god.
yikes.
There's a pickle
But that
soda.
fucking dumped on
out
my
there.
throat.
I've tried it.
Disgusting.
You ever had bacon soda?
Oh, if you had
Okay,
to
bacon
date
soda
a
I think
pro
was actually
player,
worse.
Who would it be?
I had pickle and butter.
Oh, I guess I wouldn't be too
I drank
bad
a sip of it and spat it
dating,
out. They were
smoothie.
disgusting.
Smoothie.
Like they're like,
Best
you know,
looking
those
LCS
novelty
player?
soda
Yes.
shops that have a
LCS
bunch of
player?
different
Yeah.
sodas.
Medias.
And like
Medias?
me and a friend literally just grabbed all the disgusting looking ones, as many as we could, and then blindfolded ourselves
Alright,
to
Eric.
try to see if we could guess which
Sit
one's
on my
which.
lap
Yeah.
and
Butter and
stare
pickle
into
taste
my
the
eyes
exact
for 1
same. They
minute.
just tasted like pure
1 minute.
chemicals. And
Two
we
shots to
literally
get out
had
of
no
it.
idea. Like it was
How
just
do I
like,
get both
I
of
don't know.
these?
You know what was
Pickles.
surprising? Celery soda
Stare on
actually
your
tastes
lap
really
and
good.
looking- I think I'll pass.
I,
Like.
I know. You think celery, you're like vegetables. What? And then you try it and you're like, yeah.
One shot each?
Disgusting.
One shot
like,
each? Yeah. Go.
Ugh.
No,
I mean,
chat,
you can
try it.
sit on
No,
my
no,
lap.
no,
Legit,
no, no, one shot
legit
each.
pretty good.
Don't.
No, you can sit on my
Drink
lap.
'em.
I don't
Not
mind.
like bacon.
No,
Bacon
I
soda
don't
for the
really
record.
care about it.
Grease.
No,
like
no,
grease.
no.
You're just
no,
drinking
no, no.
grease.
Yeah.
Sit
Not
on my
great.
lap
Like barely carbonated,
and
warm
stare
grease.
into my eyes for 1 minute.
Bizarre.
2 shots to get out of it, I think
What?
it says.
What?
Yeah, actually, Mark, can we put subtitles onto the YouTube videos? Sweet.
Nice.
That way we can still talk
What the
and we can still watch the videos and have
I mean,
everyone.
I
Like if
don't
we,
want that shot.
they can't.
I have trouble
It's
staring
fine.
at people.
No, I think it's perfect.
Seems like Jensen does too.
I just saw someone comment that. I'm like, that's a good idea.
I am.
Subtitles
He's
is a good
not looking
idea.
at my eyes.
I don't have to look at it.
Jensen just
probably
looks
not
like
awkward to
so
me,
awkward
just-
right now. He's just like,
Yeah.
I'm not even here, by the way.
Oh, I'm feeling an erection.
Oh my god. You're making me want to look away. Oh, shit. This is fucking hard.
It's not the only thing that's hard.
oh my god,
As long as we're having fun.
that is
As long as we're having
interesting.
fun on the sponsor.
that is so
I really want
extreme.
to look away. I'm sorry.
Good god.
This is actually torture, by the way.
That's actually kudos to whoever held the camera for
Holy
that.
shit.
Because holding
I
that
think
entire
they just
thing.
had a tripod.
Tripod and phone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
just tripod.
So
Yeah.
you guys wanna play?
Kudos to the editor then
Yeah.
for adding all of that.
Remember.
I don't know if that was you, Mark. I assume not.
I've never played before, so I don't know.
You play with not as many people, and usually girls too, but like.
Only man.
I guess you can play with a bunch of dudes. Like.
All right, ready? All right, so how I can start?
Licorice definitely naked Twister tag.
Scooby in the chat.
Scooby?
So you want to try to stand up, and your butt can't touch, and your knees can't touch.
Your butt can't
Interesting.
touch. You can't lose,
the ground.
you can't lose your balance because you're like
You cannot touch
you're like on all
enemy's
fours,
butt
sort
with
of.
me. If you touch Jensen's butt, you fucked up. Jensen, your turn.
I feel like the 3 people.
Left hand blue. I mean left to foot blue.
Sweet, thanks. There we go. Oh wait, it's off.
Your face.
That's weird. I think there's just too much noise in the video.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe. Maybe just they can't tell.
I don't mean to brag, but I am very good at charades.
I'm terrible at charades. I'm not good at them at all. I try my best.
Also, Magical, can I be honest for a second?
What?
I did mean to brag there.
What?
Is this an attack?
Whenever anybody says not to brag, that is the exact opposite. It is always to brag.
Yeah, there's no other purpose.
Like, that whole statement just is like, why even bother saying?
Like the statement humble brag. What is that? What even is that? Right? Speaking of what is that?
Something shooting right now.
Yeah.
At least?
Yeah.
How? Boy, that's why Reapered's a coach. He just understands so much.
Yep.
Nice.
Good movement. Good form.
Yeah.
Split screen.
Yeah. That one I actually knew because I played.
I was thinking Vi.
Nah.
Oh, it's just because it's very robotic. I may not be very good at charades.
Great.
Yep.
Nice. Probably the moment he like reloaded, I would have been able to get it.
I wonder if this content was made when Graves didn't have the cigar.
I don't know. I think it was last split, so it would have been made it. Wow.
That was a weird period when the cigar was gone and then it was back again.
Yeah.
Sort of like Prohibition in the U.S.
Sundra. Yeah.
Oh. I thought it was like a fisherman. I'm like,
yeah.
Fisherman Jax?
Fisherman Fizz?
I got one subtitle there. I.
It's a lot of balls that comes out, but like, I don't know how to show that.
Just whip out your balls.
Grab the boards.
Let's see. That's no, it's Licorice again. Yeah, I saw that and I was thinking old Galio. So I was like, I didn't think Anivia at first. I was like, okay, old Galio.
Do the dance.
Dance. Dance.
Nope. I got nothing.
Dance of the champion?
I got a lot of nothing.
Volibear.
Volibear has the pointy dance.
Jonah, what the?
What?
Not good at this. Jensen is not.
He might have improved by now. We could get him back here and we could see.
We'll see after trivia.
Yep.
We'll test him. See how that goes afterwards.
Yep.
Hopefully I know the abilities. I only play 2 champions. You start asking me to do.
Jack, they got Jack for this too.
Of course.
Okay.
Alright, getting closer.
Near
Near the tape.
Okay, right here?
Yeah.
You guys see me?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Okay.
Caitlin? What?
A hop with a gun. Vayne?
Tristana.
Oh, Tristana.
Yeah, jump.
You're right.
Tristana.
Ah, very good.
Got it. God, that was so funny.
Vayne doesn't have a gun.
Huh?
I don't know why I said that. That was bad of me.
Like I thought maybe Caitlin at first, but then he did the hop. I'm like,
Yeah, that's not a Caitlin.
Yeah.
Would have just. Blah.
Ari.
Evelyn.
Evelyn was my first instinct on that.
Yeah,
not Ari.
Same. That's a full mwah.
Yeah.
Mwah.
Yeah.
I put it back in there.
Han Marklar asks, who are you guys closest with out of other players in the LCS?
Subtitles are sort of back.
Sort of. I think they're too far for the subtitles to be cut.
Of course.
Interesting. Oh, is it over?
Next
CSGO.
video.
CSGO?
Yeah.
This isn't CSGO.
Yeah, but it's Cloud9.
It's Nicolaj. Wait, go-karts.
Oh, I think I saw this one.
All I know is go-karts. I want to see what happens. I'm like, okay.
Just put your head through. What the hell?
Let's see how this goes. I like how they have it. You know, they're taking the picture. Oh yes, Reapered.
Reapered.
Yeah.
He absolutely loves the camera. I don't know what it is, but he should definitely be on camera more.
No, that shirt is interesting. Super baggy.
Not great against that background, but
It's just super baggy. That's my thing. It's just like, that's gotta be uncomfortable, right? Or is it
We
because
just
it's
have
really...
a few days off before we start
also
scrims
horizontal
up,
stripes.
so we wanted to
I don't
come
care
here,
about
have
that.
fun,
I don't have a
erase
fashion
each other,
statement.
maybe
Yeah.
put some
I don't
bets
have
down
a
to see what
fashion
we can do,
sense.
but
I wear
it's
what's
just a
comfortable.
fun day with the team.
I try to as well. That's why I'm not wearing shoes right now. Stream, you might have caught that. You might not have caught that.
Yeah, I got
But
mine.
those of you who don't know,
With my
socks.
crab socks.
He's got crab socks.
Crab people. That's why I wanted to see Urgot today.
Yeah. Very unfortunate.
I had the subtle Easter
was in
egg
the fast
of
car.
give me crab got.
And he
Didn't
knocked
happen,
me
unfortunately, but it's okay.
Into the
Yep.
wall.
Every time I was going
Once
down,
again,
then
guys,
had more
I
weight, so
believe
could
we are
go
10
faster.
minutes away from the boys coming back, and we'll be playing some trivia.
Actually, it's
Take Sneaky out right off the
11:35.
track as well, Jack, when you went down.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
At
so
magical
maybe
with
this
precise
week,
times,
If
that's
they're
why he
heavier, that's
is
when
a
you get a,
caster.
that's when we get a bonus.
Yeah, you gotta have those
Uphill,
precise
we're
times.
screwed.
Yep.
Back
You're
behind,
off.
engines
You
not
round up like that. We're down like that when a
Amateur level.
Amateur puff is spawning. You will not get
Bumped
it.
into me to drive
Come on.
past me.
Come on. That's why I'm not very good at the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see. To answer your question, will there be no more games? There will be trivia, but no more League of Legends.
But here's the good news. You can play trivia along with Cloud9 Academy.
Exactly. They're all going to be back. All the Cloud9 guys will be back, and we'll be playing the free app Arena on our phones. So you guys can download that when you want to. Because we'll be starting at 7:15 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time,
Which is 11 minutes from now.
Yeah, roughly. Because here it's 7:04, so about 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like watching me. You're watching the track.
10:40 to be
Where the fuck are you guys?
Yep. Yep. Had to think about that for a second.
Well, it's because it's on the screen over there.
Oh, that's how you know that. I thought you were like incredible and had like this internal clock, and I'm like, oh, the timer's right there.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
I'm just like looking at a laptop like some sort of dingus.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know why you keep looking at that. There's a delay.
Yep. Well, there's no delay on that clock.
Yeah, they said no alcohol
There can't be.
in the go-kart, so we'll
It's
have
a
to
clock.
check Jensen again.
An automatic clock.
You can still technically be wrong. Why is he?
I missed the context, and if you did on the thing as well, you can check out all these videos on Cloud9's YouTube channel.
Yep. And they have them all up there so you can watch them.
Everybody does. I just stay still.
I like that shirt.
Can't bounce anywhere.
Yeah, that's a nice shirt.
So we're gonna try the bumper.
Very nice shirt. You know what else is nice?
Hopefully it'll be a good
Downloading
time.
the Arena app so you can win money from trivia
For free.
for free.
It's really nice, actually.
Yeah.
I already got it on my phone.
I'm
good
super
at trivia.
jealous.
I'm actually good at trivia.
And we determined this yesterday. He is actually good at trivia. I said I was good at trivia. I was
getting him
wrong. In more ways than
I like that one.
Just that scream!
The pub spell of
Yeah.
That was the best part.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part.
Except when you
Right.
go close to them.
You ever played Stanley Parable?
No, I didn't. I always meant to.
The Broom Closet ending was my favorite.
It's one of those games that I'm going to stream one day.
It's such a good game.
Yeah.
It's such a good game.
Perfect. They're all done. There is the face.
Oh, it's
Well, that's a nice picture. Yeah, it's a really nice picture.
No one did, to be fair. Automatic and Ska were atrocious on the op. I was more disappointed with the
the CSGO.
Fortnite. Whoa.
Mango. Oh, I was going to get hyped. Oh, speaking of hype, Smash. Am I right?
Oh my god. Ice climbers are coming back. Oh, what?
Mom, get the camera.
Are your sounds okay, Sneaky?
Mom. No. The sounds aren't changing.
Eric?
Yep. Yeah,
Mic check, 1, 2.
Can I get them turned up more?
Okay.
Turned up more.
Ooh. Can I give my teammates some shots of alcohol to get them turned?
Oh my god, sneaky.
I need to get turned.
The other team is waiting.
What?
Whoa.
Get
Crazy,
lobby.
right?
Homies, love it. All here.
We've been past the review time.
They've been waiting for 20 minutes.
Go.
Be professional, by the way.
I'm clicking my spot. Go.
Your wire is duped. Oh shit, hey guys.
Be professional.
Can I get Smoothie turned up?
Hello. Test.
Who was that?
What's
Yeah,
that?
get Smoothie some shots. Yeah. He needs to get turned.
Can I have myself turned down a little?
Down!
Who's that?
Jensen want
Jensen.
himself turned down a bit.
Sometimes you ask why a video got made. This is not one of those
Okay,
videos.
man.
One round of
No,
shots.
I do wonder, but I still enjoy it.
One round of
The
Fortnite.
Ever
Let's go.
loving.
All right,
love
C9,
out
we
of
made
it.
the audio changes. Can we check again?
Hello, test.
Smoothie turn talk.
Hello. Test.
Sneaky turn talk.
Okay.
Can you guys keep talking?
Can I get the boys turned up?
Yeah. All right, C9, changes have been made. Can we check one more time?
Can you talk? Okay. It's over. 1 sec. Smoothie.
Yeah.
Smoothie. It's fine.
Excellent. Agency?
Oh, what the fuck? Wait, the wall cucked me so hard.
The wall.
Sneaky, change is good.
The wall.
The wall.
Oh, I made it.
Oh my god,
Can I
the
get a thumbs
wall.
up?
The wall.
Yeah,
The
it's fine.
wall.
All right, thank you.
That is Mark checking
All right, guys.
the length
any
of the
last
video.
changes? All good? Thumbs up, everybody?
Just-
Okay,
I think he's
excellent.
trying to
If
make
we are
sure
done,
that he
let's
times
move
it
it
right
along,
so
please.
that
Thank
when-
you.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Hello.
Jump, FLYa.
Oh,
So
that's a desktop on screen.
Cho'Gath has oh.
I'm dead.
I think it's over.
Damn.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Damn.
More. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
And
More.
Dick Gilmer.
Yes.
Dick warmer. Oh.
Yeah.
Mark is a
Usually not cold
godsend.
there. Jensen, you.
No, I mean,
They're the best
if
ones.
you heat up there,
Super into it.
usually your body is full
The
heat
ref
up, you
in
know?
the background is so good.
Good, cool. Also, Jensen, I requested the heat to be turned up a bit.
I love this.
Oh.
Dude, Varus Q is actually hella satisfying to hit. Fucking sound when it makes when it collides.
Just sounds so.
Is the heater turned up on stage?
I believe they turned it up. Did you want it up more?
I
My
don't know.
goodness.
I'm turned up.
Okie dokie. There we go.
Dookie.
Oh, Jensen.
Dookie.
Yeah.
I guess just warm up. Your hand is more important than play. Your hand is so fucking cold right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm freezing.
Yeah, do you want me to help? It actually helps if you like.
Sneaky, other
You
hand.
take the other hand.
I'm good. I'm good.
No, it actually helps if you not. Or take them down in your pants, down to your balls.
And yes, confirmation.
Yeah, start scratching your
C9
balls.
Academy did win
Yeah,
versus
that's what
FlyQuest
helps.
Get that
Academy
good
earlier
sniff.
today.
Yeah.
If I don't see you with your hands down, touching your balls,
25.
you don't care about winning.
Somewhere around that. Because they got the bear and they just snowballed out.
Yeah.
Go from there.
Nice. Good dedication.
Nice. Jensen wants to win today.
Winning
Poggers.
Jensen wants to
Winning
win.
worlds, literally.
Thank God.
That was Faker's secret. He fucking rubbed his balls right before the match.
That's the secret to winning, boys.
Nobody
We've
caught
learned
on to
it.
it.
And then lock in
Picking
Darius.
that, warm up
Go
your
bot
hand.
lane.
Oh,
Sven,
That's the secret.
What is your
That's
brain?
not how you
On
win
or off?
world.
No,
it's
but
on.
that's
On?
how you win.
What about hand?
That's how you win a
My
game.
hands are
Yes.
actually feeling
Well, not that game.
pretty
but
good right
Yeah.
now.
So how are you supposed to win worlds if you can't win that game?
So
Yeah,
like when
make
you
it
guys
win
play just
Yeah,
by
I-
yourself
I
at
like the
home,
fact
right?
that Licorice
And it's
and
not like a
Smoothie
team
were
practice. What
Canadian
maps
too.
you got?
Yep.
That was great.
Donald,
If his
savior.
name's not Ronald, I don't want
More.
Donald.
Oh my god.
Phenomenal.
Really
I'm so
shaking my
happy.
monitor. You should
Yeah,
put
they're
your
in a
thing
different
out of game
order.
3
I
tech,
know, that's
Jensen.
kind of funny.
They can't hear me. Jensen, fuck you.
He doesn't talk to.
Jensen, you're gay.
Oh shit.
It looks normal. I don't know.
All right, we are switching it over, and the boys are coming back.
Yo, we gotta pick our
Cheering.
mob quickly, guys. What mob?
Quickly,
Smoothie.
download the free app
What
Arena
mob?
on your
Jensen's
iPhone.
Pick them up.
Pick one. Pick
What's the
one.
new mouse?
Got him.
I don't think I have a backup.
You broke the mouse.
Gotta click it.
Lol, you broke the mouse.
We're Jensen mob. We're Jensen mob
My
now.
sounds.
All right, y'all.
are-
If you haven't
Robert, are
already,
you trying to break everything?
His name's not Ronald.
It's
I don't
okay.
want
I
him
want you
Donald.
to.
if you haven't
Really
already,
shaking
guys,
my
download
monitor.
Arena on the
You should put
iStore.
your thing out of game
iStore,
3 tech,
iPhone
Jensen.
app.
On the iPhone app
I can't hear
for
me.
free. Win
Jensen,
free money
fuck
playing
you.
He
trivia.
doesn't talk to.
Download it now. Arena.
Jensen, you're gay.
Oh shit.
And we got the boys back. We don't have that on screen yet. There we go.
All right, guys. You ready for this?
That's Smoothie.
So you guys gotta help
Got
me.
Shiro.
I'm playing the game. You guys gotta
they're all
tell
here.
me what's the right answer, okay?
To the wide.
Because you said Jensen's gay.
If I lose, it's all on you guys.
What's the new mouse?
Got him.
I don't think I have a backup.
You broke the mouse.
Lol, you broke the mouse.
My sounds are butt fucked. I feel like I can barely
yeah, we
hear
were
my
watching
game
this
sound.
while you
It's
guys were
like
gone.
normal volumes.
Yep.
These were
And this
hilarious.
headset feels like it's
Still funny.
falling off my head.
Sneaky's headset's wrong. Sneaky.
Oh yeah, we were
Are
like
you guys
watching just a bunch of C9 videos because we didn't know what to talk about for 40 minutes. So we were like, okay, let's throw some videos on and talk about them. And
It's been great. Been a lot of
it's
fun.
been very interesting time without you guys.
Yeah. But you're back. So we got a game in 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
The game is gonna start
So
in
what'd
just
you guys
about a
do
minute.
while you left us?
Before we get going,
Get some
someone's
dinner,
gonna
some
start.
Chipotle.
I'm so hungry right now.
Before we get going,
Oh.
make sure you have to join
I don't know.
one of
She
our
dropped-
mods.
Oh, there's so much going on in my audio set.
Don't worry if you haven't
I hear like
tried
4
now.
voices
Oh,
talking.
God.
And don't worry if you
Oh,
haven't
this is
chosen one
painful.
yet.
There we go.
You can have another chance
All right.
once the game
Okay.
Only
starts.
one now.
Select whichever one you want, but you
Also, could you
can't
guys
play
talk for a sec?
unless you do. Once you're in your mod,
Yeah, I don't hear
you'll
it.
be
I don't hear
asked
them.
some questions. You'll have 10 seconds to choose your answer
Because
from
it
the time the
would be
question
terrible if you
appears,
guys were
so
here
you
and we couldn't
gotta
hear you.
act fast.
Just yell really loud. That's how we'll hear you.
Question. If you're incorrect or run out of time,
Nice.
you'll lose a life. Once you're out of lives, you're out of the game. So if you make it to the end and get that final question right, you're going to split
we're
the
Team
game's cash
Jensen.
prize
Sorry,
along with
Sneaky.
the other winners.
Yeah.
And here's
Yeah.
the best part
Smoothie
of
chose.
all. If your mob has the higher percentage of remaining players at
don't
the
let that
end,
get
your
drive a wedge between you
prize
all.
is doubled.
At all.
So hopefully you've got some smart players along with you in your mob. There are a couple
We'll see-
of
we'll
ways
see
to
how
get
many
help
people
along
pick
the
what.
way. You see that button? We call that an ATM for Ask the Mob. Once per game, if you're stuck on a question, hit that and you'll automatically answer with your mob's most popular choice. That's another good reason to bring your smart friends along with you to your mob.
Such as this guy.
You can also
Hi.
use up to 2 bonus lives to get back in the game if you miss a question. If you've got them, you'll see them as red hearts right up there. If you need more bonus lives or ATMs, why not become a VIP? You'll get more each week along with access to other features. And we've got new games happening all the time, so turn on your push notifications if you haven't already. That way we can let you know when a game is ready to start. And speaking of getting ready, I hope you are, because you're about to enter the arena. Good luck.
All right, we got the game starting up.
Remember, you can download it for free on the iPhone.
Arena.
Do the arena.
Hello. Oh, I'm right.
Hey, there we go. Hey, we're live.
We're here now.
Will it might work? Yeah, it works.
Oh,
Nice.
there we go.
Sweet.
There we go.
All right,
Unmuted.
trivia.
Unmuted. So we're Team Jensen, as the chat's calling it.
Jensen.
Snackers.
How many lives do we have?
We
Hashtag Team
we have
three.
one.
One.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't got that kind of money.
I only got one.
Oh, all right. Gas for life right there.
That free money that you can get
Enough,
from
guys.
the app.
Yeah. Maybe if we had played a little bit more, that would have
Maybe.
helped.
That could have probably helped.
Mm.
We played yesterday, and
We
I
did.
Really well.
We didn't win.
I was doing great.
You were doing good.
That was between Cloud9 and FlyQuest Academies. A big congratulations to Cloud9. I'm Koijandro, and we are back again. See, Koijandro. With
That's
more
live.
opportunities
That's
for you
crazy.
to answer some questions
we
for
already
some
picked our
real
mob.
cash. Now, right now,
Team
it is
Sneaky's
time to
winning
choose a
pretty
mob.
well right now.
Today's mobs
Yep.
are focused on
Yeah.
two new additions
Ooh,
to
wait, no,
Academy.
it just got
is
close now.
Sneaky versus Jensen.
Team Jensen
Yeah,
coming
there's
in
a little
hot.
bit of delay, so I can
Who do
see.
you stand for?
Wow.
Get it,
Oh,
Stan?
that
I
was a
mean,
big jump.
stand for,
Yeah.
or you know what I'm saying.
Where's-
Now
where's
choose your
hashtag Team
mob,
Jensen
and a
at?
hell of a match that was.
Yeah,
I
get the
hope
hashtags
this
in the
follows
chat,
suit.
guys.
And I thought hockey matches were fast. That was
That was
crazy.
close.
This is gonna be even crazier. You
Watch,
ready?
watch,
You
watch.
locked in? All right. Mobs are set. Sides have been chosen.
Oh, we're
I have
Team Jensen.
10
We're
questions
We are
for
Team
you
Jensen.
and a prize
Yeah,
pool
we're
of
Team
$500.
Jensen, so-
Unfortunately, our screen is not
Get to
what
the
you see
end
on stream,
the
guys.
winning mob,
Yeah, we're a little-
and your
we're a
share
little
of the
bit
prize
ahead here,
gets
so-
doubled.
'cause
And
it's
guess
the
what?
stream
For the
delay.
rest of June, if 3 of your friends start playing using your referral code and they play a game with you, when you win, your money gets doubled no matter which
Yo,
mob you
Sneaky,
choose. So get
answer
your
that
friends
one.
in the
Nikki, you
game
got that
because
one?
it pays to play
You got that one
together.
for us?
All right, choose your lane. It's time to begin with question number 1.
Wow.
I swear to God, if you put the
What?
wrong one.
Wow.
Wait, do we only have
Is
one
it-
live?
No way.
or-
Yeah, we
Yeah.
only have one life.
So we got to get all
Elon
these right.
Musk or at the
Wait,
Onion.
it's not the onion?
Yeah, we locked in the onion.
The onion,
Yeah,
right?
it was
hoping.
definitely
Everyone
the
can
onion, right?
afford that the
Yes.
first
Yeah,
three
for
would
sure
be
it was
real
that.
softball questions. Yeah, this is one of those. But now that I think about it, Sneaky does bear a bit of resemblance to Elon Musk. You see it, right? Yeah, it's right there. Now, I've
Yes.
never seen them in the same room
definitely.
together. Prove
Definitely
it,
see it.
Sneaky. Hey,
Only
can
we
that
had
be
a
your next
picture of Elon
cosplay?
Musk to
Maybe
throw up.
Halloween?
Hey,
I don't know.
look at
But yeah,
that.
the correct
Team
answer
Jensen
is
answered
at
more
Sneaky,
right.
which
Damn,
471
how is that
of y'all
possible?
knew, which means the Jensen mob is in the lead at
How do so many people get
88%
it
to
wrong?
Sneaky mob 78%. The 21
I
who was
actually
at
don't
the
know
Onion
either.
and reading
How are the
Onion
boys
are very
dying?
different than I have. So,
What
let's
is
stick with the
Jensen's
subject of
last
names and
name?
handles for question number 2. What
Pain.
is Jensen's real
Wow,
last name?
that's crazy.
I got it, I
That's
think. I think I got it.
Winfrey.
Wait for it.
That's a rough one.
I think I got it right.
Okay.
Or Jensen.
Did you get your own last name right?
Yeah, I think so.
But
Hard
here's
to
the real
say, though.
question. What if his first name was Jensen? Jensen Winfrey. That sounds amazing. Sell a lot of books. Jensen
All right, there we go.
Kissinger.
We got it.
Well,
We're
that
doing
kind of
great
sounds
so
like
far.
the name
No, this is
you give
great.
a bumbling
A lot of
professor
people
with
got
those
that wrong.
How do
patches.
people get
Definitely
some of
those
these
patches.
questions
Well,
wrong?
we're talking last
Because
names,
it seems
kids.
like a trick
And the very
question.
clear
Yeah,
that
right?
Jensen's
It does,
last
right?
name
The first
is, of
two
course,
are pretty gimme.
Jensen,
last name.
which 331
That's
of
fair, I
y'all knew,
guess.
meaning
You're
the
like,
Jensen
nah,
mob
no
fittingly
way.
holds
No
their
way.
lead at 69%
Okay,
to
you get
Sneaky's
Jensen.
48%. A coming
Yeah,
in
I feel like
early
we
in
shouldn't
the
be
game.
letting Sneaky and Jensen
Now, it turns
answer
out
these.
Jensen-
We're
Well,
winning.
fan idiot.
I want to win.
This is just like
This is
inside
the
source,
strat.
though.
Jensen's
This is the
previous
strat
ID
here.
I picked the
was
first
what?
one.
It was
Was
sneaky,
it?
of course.
Yeah,
I thought it was sneaky. I thought that's why you had to change it.
No, it's like Highlander. There can only be one.
Oh, okay. That's what it is.
Now I'd like to take a moment to make a personal plea. Hey, folks at Riot Games, it's me, Koi. Please Please unban LOL fan 420. I promise I'll be good. I didn't mean it the first time. I really want to get back in the game. Please. Okay.
Was that you, Jensen?
Anyway, the correct answer is, of course, Incarnation, which 233 of you all knew.
They actually
meaning
choose.
the Jensen
69
Bob
people
is
are sneaky.
I can answer this one.
Idiots. Look at this.
I can answer that one,
Now,
even though it
Sneaky
goes
is
against
known
my
for his
best
dominant
judgment
AD carry.
because I do not
Speaking
play
of,
her that way
here's
at all.
question 4.
Yeah, no,
Nami is an 80
Which
carry for me.
League of Legends
Yeah, they're all 80.
champion
Yeah,
They
you guys
clearly
agree?
did not ask
AD
this
carry?
question on
Is it
8.11.
Ashe, Nami,
Oh, that's a hard one.
Caitlyn?
Damn,
I know,
dude.
right?
Amy.
I feel confident in answering
Honestly,
that
there's
one,
so
though.
many
Even though I
champions now,
play,
it's
I
getting a
play
little hard
Nami
to
as an
keep
80
up.
carry.
If you
all
encounter
the
me
time
on the
in
street and
mid.
said,
That's true.
hey,
Nami
Coy,
is
have you
ranged
played
and she
with
does
the
auto
champion yet?
attack.
His
So.
name,
Yeah,
they
When you
buff
buff yourself,
it.
you
I'd
actually get more
read you.
damage.
Exactly.
And his
Bam,
name,
bam, bam.
Jorgulus
So what you do is you
name
get celerity,
But for now,
and then you build an
I can
infinity
still
edge so
remember
that
the
every
only
time that you
Why would
W
I get
yourself.
that
carry
instead of
champion
going
is,
for
of
press
course,
the attack?
Nami,
Well, no, as your secondary.
which
I guess that's fair.
213 of you all know.
But
You
yeah,
know your
that's
A lot
stuff.
more people got that right than
Congratulations,
the
great work.
Twitter
That means
one.
the Jensen
How are
mob
many
holds
people
their
dying?
Their people are failing you.
22%,
Sneaky fans.
but
It's
it's early
over.
enough in the game. You guys
Sneaky
have time to
fans
come back. How sneaky is sneaky? He might be sneakier.
Sneakers are
than
known
sneakers.
as what in
Confused?
England?
Cool. Me
What
too.
the hell
I'm
is
lost.
that
Sneaky.
question?
Oh,
Let's
this
test
is
your
actual trivia.
transatlantic
No, I got
knowledge.
it. I got this.
I already put it
Question
in.
number
We were
5.
running out
I
of
think
time.
it's trainers.
Oh.
Sneakers.
Yeah, what the
are known
hell?
as what?
It's trainer.
Oh,
In
trainers,
England?
no?
Trainers.
Are they
Yeah.
That's
known
what I
as
put. Okay,
scoops,
cool. I put trainers.
flats, or trainers?
Oh my god.
I actually didn't know that one. I'm like, wait, how is
Academy
this
fans,
anything to
I'm
do with
quite
what we were
fond of
talking
you,
about?
so I will not
sneaky.
subject you to my
Sneakers.
British
Oh, I
accent.
guess,
Anyone
but,
watching this
like,
game,
at the
you would
same time,
suffer
You can't
and you're
wait
welcome.
until the Jensen
Okay,
question
we're-
comes
So
out.
to be clear,
Everyone's dead for sure.
Scoops is
Yeah.
a made-up word the writers made up last night.
Yeah, this is where
I don't want
Sneaky's
it
team
all.
is completely
Flats
eliminated.
are what our friends across the pond call apartments, but
feels
athletic
dad's
sneakers in
coming
the
in.
UK are known as trainers.
Ooh.
Damn, I can't believe you got that.
188 people know about that, meaning
7
the
people
Jensen
think
mob
it's
is
Scoops.
still leading this
Oh,
game.
God.
15%,
Oh, no.
two sneakies,
Chat,
Oh, God, what is this?
15%.
Push a random button, Shiro.
Very
No, wait,
excited
I can do
about
it. Push, push, push,
All right.
push. I can do it.
Jensen
Wait,
is
I actually
the
pushed a random one.
Here's
Yeah, no, that's fine. I had no
question
idea
number
what the answer was.
What?
Author Jensen
lost.
Karp wrote a
think
book
it-
about a famous rapper who did what? Did he
What'd you push?
punch him?
Punched him. I literally picked a random one.
I wouldn't say
What?
It's fine.
That's all. Like, I
It's
have
fine.
no idea
Oh,
who
we're
this
good.
person
It's
is.
actually
Karp
doomed.
is a
It's
well-known
doomed.
author, podcaster,
Jensen
and
Karp.
former rapper.
Is that you?
Otherwise known as Hot Carl.
Yeah, that was
and he
you?
was awesome. Look him up. In 2017, he released a book
We
chronicling
lost.
the
We were
trials
wrong?
and
We were lost.
tribulations
It's
of
over?
being a comedic
Yeah,
white
yeah,
rapper
it's over
trying
for
to
us.
break through.
All right.
Now, the title of this book
Apparently, it
reveals
was
the answer,
owed him
and that is, of course,
$300.
Oh.
Kanye West owes me $300,
Oh.
which 127 of y'all know, which means I hope at least some of you
Rough.
read the book seriously.
Yeah,
It's fantastic.
oh.
And that means the sneaky mob is
Yikes.
behind. They're at
Jesus,
4%.
my fans
Sneaky
The Jensen
mob.
mob's
So we can still
leading at
answer them, but we just can't win any
42%.
money. So,
Now, Summoners, you're doing a great job.
what is
You know a lot
what
about these
Atari
video
console
games.
game
Or
is
didn't.
computerized
Here's
version of hide and
question
seek?
number 7.
Sneak and creep.
Which
No,
Atari
sneak and
console
peek.
game
Yeah,
is a
sneak and peek.
computerized version of hide and seek? Is it Sneak and Peek, Sneak and Seek, or Sneak and Creep?
I have no idea.
This is before
I
any
would
of our
say
times.
Sneak and seek.
Atari had some
and
classic
Seek?
games
Okay.
that stood the
Sneak and
test
Peek.
of
Sneak and
time,
Peek.
like Adventure and Pitfall.
Hide and seek, sneak
But
and
it
seek.
also had E.T.
Sneaky sneak.
Remember that? They're still digging those up.
It was too
Hey,
easy.
no one's perfect. Atari even had a
4%
blocky,
for sneaky
pixelated, and
games.
unnecessarily complicated version of hide and go seek, known to Atari fans as the somewhat problematically named Sneak and Peek.
Yes!
This?
Which
Wow.
124
I knew that.
So many people
knew
know this.
about
I
I don't
Sneak
know
and
that.
Peek, the
I'm actually
creepiest
kind of
game since the
impressed
Bill
by
Cosby
how many people
Anyway,
know it.
Nice, they went up.
They went up. How do you come
Sneaky
up?
which means
Oh, wait, they
some
bought
sneaky
lines.
kids are getting
Oh,
back
they spent
in,
money.
which is
They
what-
bought some
Yeah.
lines. Oh, they were
So,
trying to
if you're
represent
feeling
Team
frisky,
Sneaky.
feeling
They're bringing
like
it
how yeah,
back.
at the end of the game, use a bonus
Wow.
life,
They
get
know how
back
it
in.
is.
Dedication.
Next month's sub is
Jensen.
gone. Just
Here
like
now
for some
is a
one
very
fan.
related question number 8. Which musical act did not perform at the inaugural Coachella Festival? Was it
I know
Jurassic
one of those
Five?
at the
bands.
drive-in
What is
or
Jurassic
Jurassic Jurassic 5.
What?
Who knows? I have no idea.
I'm going with Jurassic 5.
The first
Jane's
hotel
Addiction.
was in October of 1999 and was
I
seen
swear
as
to God,
a
if there's
much
an
more
actual
chill
band named
version of
Jurassic
the
5.
apocalyptic Woodstock 99. Whoa.
Wait, there
At
is?
the drive-in played.
Oh,
and they
are
had an
you
amazing
serious?
band who would later
Whoa.
become the Mars
Holy
Volta.
crap.
And the
Confirmation,
Goldie
that
Tent were
exists.
a very young Jurassic 5. And while Perry Farrell
I would
did
not
a
have done
solo
that.
set, he did not perform with his band. Jane's Addiction.
Yes!
Oh, wow.
Which
I'm the best.
36 of you all knew,
Boom!
meaning a whopping
Levels just
2/3
peaked
of
there.
that, so use a
Oh,
bonus
my
round, 'cause there's
God.
only 2 questions left.
Oh, it's
Now,
getting close.
That
It's over.
2% holding it on.
back in
Wow.
the game, 'cause
You
this
feel the
is for
pressure?
500. You only have 2 questions.
That's
If you
just the
know those
2%
two,
no
how do you
way.
feel if you don't use a bonus life
My
right
friends
now?
are trolling though. These fans are just dumb.
From his personal streams to his cosplay. Just like the
Holy
subject.
crap.
Question number 9. The co-creator of the TV series Sneaky Pete is the star of which other TV series? Is it Game of Thrones, Mad Men, or Breaking Bad?
Pretty sure.
I'm only going with that because the middle option hasn't been picked in a while.
Which is gearing up.
You're going for the high school Scantron?
Yeah, I'm going statistically speaking. It's got to be
SAT strategy.
Exactly. Produced by old Heisenberg himself. If you haven't seen Sneaky Pete, please do yourself a favor.
Oh, it is.
Bryan Cranston's not only in it, he also produced it, and that man was in Breaking Bad.
Wow.
Which
A lot of people got that right.
Knew.
Wow.
I mean,
that's a lot of people got that right.
Which means the Jensen mob is at 26% leading the charge. Sneaky
Jesus Christ!
Hey, making it
getting paid too much.
It's because I don't stream, so no one subs to me.
So they don't have to worry about the sub money. That's how it is. That's the strat to win arena, not to stream.
Next week, Cloud9 Academy faces off against 100 Thieves Academy. So, here's question number 10.
Wait, we play 100 Thieves?
What is Cloud9 Academy's record against 100 Thieves Academy in 2008?
Well, I don't even know.
Shiro, come on.
I don't even know.
Shiro.
No.
It's 2-0.
Wait, it's 2-0.
It's 2-0.
I would say 2-0 for sure.
Oh, it's Academy.
I think we won most of our games. Only faced off with each other twice.
I mean, yeah.
Once on January 25th and again on February 24th. The badass lineup featured Shiro, Wiggly, Goldenglue, Keith, and Zeyzal, and they led Cloud9 Academy to a sweep of 2-0, which 20 meaning the Jensen mob
so who's still left?
Ran the game,
oh, that's
won the game
Only
today.
3 people from
Congratulations, guys. You get double the prize pool.
Get
You
fucked,
guys
Sneaky.
get $55.72
that's like 25% more.
You get money in your pocket for knowing this stuff. That is the result of
you guys know my PayPal, so just PayPal me.
Congratulations to Nice Toucan,
I blame
Mad Love,
Shiro for our loss.
That's true. That's my bad, guys. Actually, I should have known.
It's okay. You carried the game at least
and Sneaky Mob, you guys played valiantly. Congratulations to Blush Possum, Amber Skink,
so you won the game earlier,
Your
and now
name's
you lost
rhyme.
this
That's
game.
a
So it's like
coincidence,
even
which I
1-1.
enjoy. Thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoyed that, turn on those push notifications. You can join us in one of our regular games. Our next game is in mere minutes. It is tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific with a rough and tumble cage match. It is
but I don't
Luke
believe
Cage
it's with us.
versus Nicolas Cage. One cannot have bullets go through his skin. The other cannot have tax evasion.
I might be on the road.
And we'll see you next time.
I got a long drive ahead.
Are you back to the OC?
Oh yeah.
Rough.
Well, it won't be like yesterday. It took me 3 hours to get home because of traffic.
Oh, damn.
Bumper to bumper the entire way home.
That sounds like quite a trying time. You know what's not a trying time is downloading the Arena app for free and winning trivia money at any time.
He's not wrong. You can win it for free on your iPhone, trivia. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast with the entirety of the Cloud9 Academy roster. I hope you guys have a fantastic night, and we'll catch you next week.